let's do a cheers to the Sobeys and Safer Liquid Beer for the podcast.
Be right again.
I love you guys.
Careful, that cake's hot.
It's the 6 o'clock check-in. Come on, let's go. It's the AM Nasty Big Hello. It's not static AM radio. It's the Play Alpha Nielson Show. Let's go. Everybody tune in, even my wife.
Mommy likes too.
And those Macromala intros are cutting like a knife. Hey, it's Mitch texting in, he's your dealer for life. The crack at 6 o'clock, I'm logging with some sirloin bites.
Pinstrap. The weirdest month is upon us. Charge. Charlie the Penguin. Chinstrap Penguin. Charlie the Penguin. Chinstrap Penguin. Charlie the Penguin. Chinstrap Penguin. I remember my first toy penguin. Hello. Oh, her name is Hello. Oh, her name is Charlie the Chinstrap Penguin. Just because I'm a Chinstrap Penguin means Charlie. Chinstrap is an aphrodisiac. The Chinstrap is an aphrodisiac. Confirm. Everything about it is perfect.
Georgie!
It rains from the sky above.
Let's get nuts!
But people change how they got me.
Swing it and drive.
A little time and some tenderness.
Get up, dog, get out of here.
Never mind my love. One more thing that's as precious to me.
What a rocket. A rocket.
And a heart that beats and a heart that something that you got to know this.
6:07 on a Monday morning. What's up? It's Dusty. It's Lieutenant Eric. It's the one and only YouTube Trev. And you are listening to The Nielson Show right here on 95.7 Cruise FM. Thanks for joining us. You're also listening on TuneIn Radio or iHeartRadio or at EdmontonSportsTalk.com. And Trev has just left the building.
We should wait till he gets back.
He just ran. I guess we'll just sit here. He just ran right out the door. Hopefully everything's okay. Where did he go? I've never seen him take off like that before.
He doesn't use the bathroom.
To be honest, yeah, exactly. So what's he doing?
Can't be the bathroom.
Why did you so urgently leave the studio like that? We were just about to talk to him. How was your weekend, my man?
Good. Yours?
Good. Yours?
Damn.
It was a pretty chill weekend for us. We played a lot of basketball outside already. Like it was chilly. The kids are wearing their toques.
Yeah. Well,
but when you want to hoop during the madness, you got to hoop during the madness.
You've had a few weekends. Hey, he's back now.
There he is.
Yeah.
Trev, where'd you go, man? Like you scared us. And you don't go to the washroom, so it's not like you had an emergency washroom thing. Okay, later. What is going on here with this guy? I can't wait to find out what's going on there. He just gave us.
We're all good. We're all good.
Okay, you waved us off. All right, so no emergency.
Yeah. No.
Okay. All right, excellent. We met a neighbor kid yesterday.
This is
so
Arlington
bizarre.
Road.
This is yeah, maybe.
Was he walking down the middle of the road?
Yeah, and his hand was blown off.
Jeez.
I said I'd save you. No, so we're outside playing hoops, and you gotta love this kid. And this is so. I don't know,
90s?
this is so 90s. Yeah. We're outside playing basketball, and this kid just sort of comes out of the house in the corner of the cul-de-sac and walks over and goes, "Hi, my name's Braxton. And do you mind if I play?" And I said, "What's your deal, kid?" He goes, "We just moved in." And then his mom was like moving some stuff in, and she sort of waved over, and I kind of waved, and then he played basketball with me and Marsh and the Muzz. It was so.
What's your deal,
that
kid?
was- yeah. I was like,
How was he?
what I wanted to say was, no, go back to your house. He was okay.
Not bad.
Yeah, like he wasn't as good as my kids. You could tell he doesn't play basketball.
Did you tell him that?
I do. Yeah, after I said, "Hey man, nice win." Him and Marshall beat Muzz and I. I said, "Nice win, but you got to work on your game if you're going to be out here." Friday night, Elizabeth's basketball team had their wrap up. We did a kids versus parents game, which was a lot of
Mouth
fun.
guard in.
Yeah, I finished with 16 points, 12 boards, and 10 assists. No big deal. Triple double against the U9 girls team. I was on fire. No, I didn't. I didn't keep track of my points, but I was making some sweet assists. Yeah,
You kept the highlights.
I like to describe myself as the Jokic of the parents team, which was pretty
You're
sweet.
setting the phone up in the corner of the gym.
Yeah, the whole
Framing
time.
it
I
up
get
just
some
to
of
get
these
your-
videos.
get your
I told
sweet
Tam,
highlights.
I said, I'm going to set my phone up over here, but if you could also record, that would be great.
Yeah. 2 angles doesn't hurt.
How was your weekend, everybody? 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. We'll get to a bunch of different things as we work our way through the show today. Do have to start with some absolutely tragic news. There's nothing else to say about it. It was Jessie Pierce, who's covered the Minnesota Wild for a long time. Her and her 3 kids passed away in a house fire over the weekend. Trev, you said she was on the morning show with her and Gager while we were gone. She's been on the pregame show with Tommy a bunch of times.
Yeah.
That's just devastating news, man. Like that's something you see pop up and you go, that's not real. Like how's this happen? Like it just big part of the NHL community. So a conch for her and her children. May they rest in peace. That's I can't fathom what her husband's going through. Like that just sucks. That is a tough one. We'll discuss that a little bit more. Nobody's ever had a bad thing to say about it.
Yeah.
So, the legacy she's leaving behind is obviously pretty impressive, but this is way, way, way too early in the kids. It's awful. Absolutely awful. All right, we'll get to a few of your text messages as we work our way through the show this morning. We'll lay this bad boy out for you. The Nielsen Show today and every day is brought to you by Weiss Johnson.
Weiss Johnson, whoa.
Get that new Train furnace now and get 15% off any additional mechanical systems done at the same time. Air conditioner, heat pump, hot water tank, garage heater, 15% off plus no interest for 24 months. Visit weiss-johnson.com to book an estimate today. Train, it's hard to stop a train. Hey, that's nice, isn't it? That's I'll get you going. You can text us anytime. A bunch of text messages. We'll try to sort through as many as we can. Lots to discuss coming out of that Oilers loss to the Cooch over the weekend. So we'll get into that. We'll spend a lot of the 6 o'clock hour dissecting what exactly did Connor McDavid mean when he talked about Tampa's coaching being better.
Word by word.
Every
frame
single
by
word.
frame.
Yeah, pretty much. We're going to stop after every word and say, what's that mean? Why do you say the there?
Well, how's the tone work for you? Is this a
780-218-9999. Shop in stores, Edmonton in the Era, West Edmonton Mall, Kingsway, Londonderry, Sherwood Park Mall, St. Albert Center. They're online at parisjewelers.com. They are Canadian. They are family owned. They are an awesome family, and they would appreciate your support, and we would love if you supported them. So if you're looking for some jewelry, they've got you covered. And one of your text messages wins the Royal Pizza text of the day.
Royal Pizza, still making it great.
Mommy was gone on Saturday. So Daddy and the kids had a little pizza and movie night.
oh baby?
We watched the Minecraft movie again.
Okay.
My name is Steve. Have you seen the Minecraft movie?
No.
It's funny.
Have you seen Begonia yet?
I watched the first part of Begonia,
did?
but I turned it off when he went to the flashback and his mom was like being lifted out of the tub. I was like,
Is
I
that
don't
too
know
much
about-
for you?
I was like, I don't know about this.
No.
I was just like, what's going on here? What's happening here? I get it. These dudes are crazy.
Stick through.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I turned it off.
No.
It was Friday night. I was like, click.
no.
I thought the acting was really good, like the crazy guys.
Yeah.
But when she had those things there, it looked like he was giving her acupuncture. or
Keep
something.
going. Keep going.
I don't know. Does it get stranger?
Going.
All right, maybe I'll keep going. Maybe I'll take your word for it.
I watched that Peaky Blinders movie over the weekend.
Peaky Blinders as a movie?
Yeah.
I watched like the first half of the first season of Peaky Blinders, but I could never understand what they were saying.
You need the captions.
So
closed captions,
I turned it. I stopped doing that too. Anyway, so we watched Minecraft movie again, and I ordered Royal Pizza, and I got the wings again.
Yeah.
And it was a good time.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
What pie?
Meat Lovers.
Okay.
I pretty much exclusively order the Meat Lovers because I can't imagine anything they have being better for my tastes than the Meat Lovers.
The Texan is not bad.
What's on there? Remember what's on the Texan?
It's got some
I
onion.
take some onion off of there, though. Is there anything else in there?
When you asked me what's on, I'm like, damn.
Exactly, right? You're not going to
It's
trick
just like
me into
begonia,
it.
yeah.
You're not going to trick me
Keep
into
with the
it.
Meat Lovers, keep with Minecraft.
I'll try to see what's up with begonia. I don't know. I was liking it, and then I was like, where's this going? What is this?
That's,
So I gave
strap
up.
in, baby.
All right. All right, so get those text messages flying in. Here's what the show looks like today. We'll get into your morning announcements right away, 6:30 today. We'll play McDavid's post game from Saturday and rehash that whole thing. And if you do want to chime in on that, 780-218-9999. Good, bad, and ugly from the weekend coming up before 7 o'clock this morning. Darren Dreger will be our GS Construction Hockey Insider on the Firehouse Subs hotline. Dregs will join us just after 7. Your Play Alberta early bird bet of the day still to come. That's a good for the Italian Center. 7:45 today, we'll talk management or coaching. Who's most to blame for the recent 2-game slide? So we'll get into that. Kind of easy trivia. 3 questions too many. Gager's going to join us. The wrap for William Huff. Lots to get to on the show today. 6 o'clock hour, as per usual. Brought to you by the crew at Ewell.
Ewell, your partner in power.
Power Play Specialist, Ewell, they've got the gear you need for your next electrical project with 3 Edmonton area locations. You can order online anytime you want. You could, you're sleeping last night. You wake up 2 in the morning. You're like, oh, okay, what's going on? How am I going to fall back to sleep? You go, you know what? I'm going to go order something at Ewell because I can order something anytime on there. Your Edmonton-based partner in power and source for all things electrical. You're going to get to it, you know? All right, let's get into your morning announcements. Lots of stuff to discuss from the weekend. Red texts in and says, "Morning, gents. Could I get a conch from my baby girl, Olivia? Today is her 10th birthday, and she loves the show, especially the Dry Settle goal song. Thanks, boys."
Try
For the birthday girl.
Try. Leon scored a goal tonight. Watching him play is quite a sight. You know this song is tight. Oilers fans, come on.
Of course, we can't play it all. I mean,
Well, no, he's not
hurt.
even
He's
on
over
the
in
continent.
Germany.
Yeah.
He's not even in North America right now.
He's watching soccer.
He's in Germany, hoping that he hopes the team can go on a playoff run so he can contribute. What?
We'll break that down too.
Oh,
Should we break down that German interview?
Yeah. There's so much to break down today. So much to break down. Burglar texting us. Good morning, boys. Dusty, you got to love that student to high point play call from the March Madness clip. Throw her on the glass slipper. It's a Cinderella story. I did grab that today.
Throw on the glass slipper. It's a Cinderella story.
Awesome call by this student broadcaster. Incredible. Burglar follows that up with Dustin Nielson working a Nielson show on a Friday during the CFL season.
Throw on the glass slipper. It's a Cinderella story.
This is good.
That's a strong start.
This could be how you win text of the day today.
Or you could get Brandon from Windsor.
Yeah, that would suck too. Throw on the glass slipper. It's a Cinderella story. Send in your throw on the glass slipper. It's a Cinderella story text and make them hilarious.
Would that clip also relate to your bracket and how you're doing? Is this are you looking? I got 11 going into the Sweet 16.
You got 11 through to the Sweet
Yeah.
16? Okay, that's pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Who did I miss on? MSU, they're out? Or Michigan State?
Michigan State's in.
They're still in. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. So I had that whole region, right? Florida and Vandy are out.
Yep.
Hawaii. I totally missed on Hawaii.
Still had, how far did you have them going? Final four? Like,
No, just here. The Zags are out.
Yes.
Gonzaga, and Texas Tech is out.
Yes.
Okay, so so I got 11 as well. And I will say that this is what
Did
I
you take
like.
Texas? Like Longhorns?
No.
You have them in there?
Yeah, no, I have this. I know the Zags are. I've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Okay,
Yeah.
never mind.
You questioning my bracket?
No, just clarification.
Can't question somebody's
No,
bracket.
clarify,
I'll
clarify.
fist fight you right
Clarify.
now. Yeah. But my Final Four is still alive, and 7 of my Elite 8 are still alive. So I'm feeling pretty good about it. Feeling pretty good about it so far. Got 11 left. So not the best bracket I've ever done, but not the worst bracket I've ever done.
Yeah, you got to go with a few upsets, but it is pretty heavy. And
That Florida upset absolutely killed me. I've got a more heartbreaking betting story coming up during the Good, Bad, and Ugly, but I had a 4-gamer yesterday that placed a rather large wager on, and the only one that didn't hit was Florida, a number 1 seed, losing on a 3-pointer with 4 seconds left. I dropped the old unbelievable, and Tammy was like, "Of course, you bet on this, didn't you?" I was like, I did.
have you texted Maddie about St. John's? You got to be.
I think we're
gotta be
both
a
nervous about St.
little
John's.
sweat there, hey?
I think we're
Yeah,
both
you
nervous
gotta-
about St. John's. I said I was nervous about St. John's before the tournament even began.
You and Mike Francesa.
And now Duke gets St. John's. Trev, how was your weekend, my man? You said that you got to you went bowling on Friday night. Lived your best life.
I sure did.
What
I had
did you-
a lot
what
of
did
fun
you-
this weekend.
What'd you roll?
My best game was 197, and my worst was like 140. So I was pretty.
Oh,
consistent.
so not bad.
No,
That's
I won
about-
every single game, so that was nice. But I was
Who are you playing with? A bunch of 8-year-olds?
No, I was playing with my buds, but they don't bowl that much.
Okay.
They made me feel great.
So you're flying high.
Yeah, I had some good
My
shots. That I wanted to break 200 there, but that's the way she goes.
Yeah, but if Trev breaks 200.
It's a Cinderella story.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. The Oilers having 5 players committed to playing defense.
Throw on the glass slipper. It's a Cinderella story.
Here's a good one. Horse eyes. Hernan gets permission from Evan Dom and actually comes out with the crew.
Throw on the glass slipper. It's a Cinderella story.
I like that one.
That's
real
a
good.
strong one.
Keeping the bit alive is.
Yeah,
Part of
that's a good one. Tommy Gazzola getting to a 3rd date with the same girl.
Throw on the glass slipper. It's a Cinderella story.
Dusty ordering something other than chicken strips.
Throw on the glass slipper. It's a Cinderella story.
All right, so keep those coming in at 780-218-9999. Spruce Grove Corey says, when Bouchard blocks a shot.
Throw on the glass slipper. It's a Cinderella story.
All right, so yeah, have some fun with that one. We'll get to a few more of those as we work our way through the show. Trev, what'd you think of the old Tampa Bay Lightning Edmonton Oilers hockey game over the weekend?
That sucked. I was out actually having a pretty good night with some friends.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was another. It's a hard to read team. This Oilers, you know.
You think?
When I think they're gonna win,
71 games in, we're
they
like,
lose. When I think they're gonna lose, they win. And I thought they were gonna win, and they lost. And so it sucked. Not only did they lose, I'm a big points guy. I love the scoring race and all that. They lost, and then Connor McDavid, he lost the scoring race.
I think that's the last sniff you'll have of the Art Ross. I mean, Kucherov's just been
all-time terror right now.
Yeah, we're gonna get into it. That's good.
12 points in his last 3 games, 6 goals, 6 assists. His last 3 games.
Kucherov, I think he had 1 point last night because they played Calgary last night. But he's doing Wayne Mario things.
Yeah.
Which is kind of ridiculous.
We haven't.
And he also made it look so ridiculously easy against the Edmonton Oilers.
Oh, man.
I mean, his 2 goals, one was a wide open breakaway that he like effortlessly put into the
Just
net.
finesse, eh?
And then the other one, he was left completely wide open right in front of the goal. So the Oilers, he made it look easy, but I think they also made it easy. So we'll dive into a lot of that from the weekend. But
Yeah.
Kucherov was brilliant.
Clipping at above a 2-point per game pace right now. Like McDavid did that in December, and we were like, holy crap. Like McDavid's been doing this for a month now. Kuch has been doing this for like 3 months.
3 months.
Which is insane. So
It's ridiculous. We'll take a closer look at what Kucherov has done here over the last 3 months at 7:30 this morning, for sure. Greer gets 3 games for the boarding, check from behind, push
Shove.
from behind.
Some are calling it.
Connor Zary. NHL player safety is a joke.
You can't be surprised.
Like, somebody's going to break their neck in that fashion. That's just how it's going to work. Like, it's going to happen at some point in the National Hockey League.
Then they'll throw the book at him.
Like,
Then
I don't
they'll
know.
throw the book at him.
Why don't you lower the why don't you drop the hammer harder? Like, who in the world, let's say they come out and they give him 7 to 10 games. Nobody's going to be mad at you. Florida Panthers will be disappointed, but everybody else around the league and all of the fans will be like, good. Like, let's lower the boom on some of these guys. Instead, they do these half-assed, weak suspensions, and everybody gets pissed off about it. Like, I just don't understand what it takes in the National Hockey League. And I'm sick and tired of, first of all, the voice of the suspension video drives me crazy. I had enough of that guy. And it's the same thing every single time. Like, I can't believe they didn't go longer on this one, considering that everything's been discussed for the last 2 weeks.
The smoke and the heat surrounding this was quite intense.
It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah, well, I guess
you can't be surprised.
I guess that's the worst
as you
part.
say, until somebody actually gets, then they'll be like, whoa, didn't see that coming. We're gonna have to.
Well,
lay
you
down
know
the
what
law.
else I'm done with? The history. Who cares about the history of the player? Identify what he did and suspend him.
Yeah.
So now next time he pushes somebody right in the numbers 3 feet from the boards and slams their head into the boards, the next time he does it, it'll be worse. Why is that any worse than the first time he did it? Like, where the hell is the NHLPA in this thing? In the guys who are on the other side of it. Like, somebody needs to step in here. It's absolutely, it's pathetic. It's a horrible look for the league. The league looks like a joke. Anyway, 780-218-9999. I don't know why I get so fired up about it, because it doesn't impact me or this city or the team here or anything. But it's just, I mean, as a fan of hockey,
well, because it's one thing
I think
that can
they're
unite,
pathetic.
It unites everybody because it's so pathetic.
Yeah. We'll get into it as we work our way through the show today. But now Greer's got a 3-game on his record. So when he goes and does something else, if it's comparable, they'll have something to look at. Just give the guy 10 games and tell him to not push somebody in the numbers when they're going to the boards after you already hooked him and he was stumbling. There, done. Give him 10 games. Greer might actually think about what he did next time he's in that position. He's not going to do that now. I can't wait to get to playoff suspensions. Those will be great. Anyway, if you do want to chime in on NHL Department of Player Safety, we can do that. 780-218-9999. Blue Jays rolled in their final spring tune-up, didn't they?
They sure did. And some news also this morning surrounding them, right?
Oh, what's that?
Well,
I guess I did tell
would
you.
you
I
like
was
to break it?
I was playing dumb. 5-year extension for general manager Ross Aitkins, who I remember was the beginning of last year. I was like, this guy's going to be fired.
You and a few other people, I think.
I'll take that L.
It wasn't just you. I mean,
5-year extension for the general manager, 2-year extension for Schneider. Both of them were going to be up at the end of this year. So, Blue Jays, obviously we're trending in the right direction last year.
Hammer the Rays.
We'll see what happens.
And they'll get the Athletics Friday. Finally.
That's when things get rolling.
You can don the jacket.
Cito Gas and Jacket Day this Friday, only here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Hampton Steve says the NHL is scared to hand out big suspensions because every time they do, the NHL appeals it and the suspension length gets cut down. So now the NHL suspends 5 games or less so they can't get appealed. Well, then why don't you suspend him for 12? And then they can appeal and he still gets 10. Like,
It's also the job. I mean, this is part of the. We don't want to.
I just don't understand why the NHLPA only ever really represents the aggressor. What about the victim in these things? They're both union members.
That's a tough game.
Like, what is this? Anyway, we'll get into all of that. That's not even the big story today. Connor McDavid loves John Cooper. And how can you not? I love this guy too. Anyway.
Nobody likes Chris Knobloch anymore. Apparently.
Well, apparently not. We're going to hear Connor McDavid's postgame on Saturday created a little bit of a stir. So we're going to give it to you. And we're going to give you our thoughts on it. We're going to get to your thoughts on it. All right. 780-218-9999.
But we have to play the questions as well.
Of course. We'll play the whole thing.
Because
we don't want to take anything out of context.
Oh,
maybe it's not as bad as we think.
Well,
maybe it's worse.
When you sleep on it.
Nobody knows. Hey. Edmonton Sports Talk is presented to you by Play Alberta. Download the Play Alberta app today. Casino, sports, and lottery all on one app at playalberta.ca. You can find the EST specials page over at Play Alberta as well. We'll get to our early bird bet of the day around 7:25 this morning. All right. Post-game Saturday. McDavid's comments. Many of you already know what he said. So what do you think about it? 780-218-9999. If you're listening on 95.7 Cruise FM, couple minutes of commercials, quick traffic update, then you're right back with us. Don't go anywhere. If you're listening on iHeart, tune in over on YouTube. We got a sports update for you. Brought to you by the fine folks at Paramount Flooring. Are you ready to treat your feet? Visit them in store, 10707 184th Street, or on the West End, that is on the West End, or you can visit them online at paramountflooring.ca.
Busy day in the NHL yesterday. We start in the Pacific as the Vegas Golden Knights knocked off Dallas 3-2. Vegas now a point up on the Oilers for second, even on games played. Anaheim winning in overtime 6-5 over the Sabres. The Ducks 5 points up on the Oilers for first with a game in hand. Utah defeating the Kings 4-3 in overtime. Kings 4 back of the Oilers with a game in hand. Colorado over Washington 3-2 in overtime. Jets defeating the Rangers 3-2 in a shootout. Penguins' point streak snapped at 4 as they fall at home 5-1 to the Hurricanes. Make it 4 straight wins for the Nashville Predators as they move into a wild card spot, defeating the Blackhawks 3-2 in overtime. Blue Jackets saw their point streak snapped at 12 games with a 1-0 shutout loss to the Islanders. And the Flames defeating the Lightning 4-3 in overtime. Ryan Strome, the overtime winner. Oilers back on the ice tomorrow when they visit Utah, looking to snap a 2-game slide. Just one game in the NHL tonight. Senators, they'll visit the Rangers 4 points back of a wild card spot. Off the ice, Panthers forward A.J. Greer suspended 3 games for shoving Flames forward Connor Zary into the boards from behind. The play occurred Friday night in Florida's 4-1 loss to the Flames. Edmonton Oil Kings capping the regular season in fashion yesterday as they would knock off the Hitmen 7-1 down at Rogers Place. Round 1 of the playoffs gets underway this Friday as the Oil Kings host the Blades, 7 o'clock. Game 2 will go Sunday afternoon at 2. Blue Jays have agreed to a 5-year contract extension with GM Ross Atkins this morning. That'll run through the end of the 2031 season. Atkins has 1 year remaining on his current deal. Jays also extending manager John Schneider. It's a 2-year extension through 2028. Jays capping Grapefruit League play 14-1 over the Rays yesterday. They will open the regular season Friday at home to the Athletics. World Women's Curling Championships, Canada settling for silver as they would lose 7-5 to Switzerland. World Men's Curling Championships from Utah start on Friday when Matt Dunstone and Canada take on South Korea. Raptors blown out in Phoenix, 120-98 to the Suns. They'll visit the Jazz tonight in one of 10 games around the association. March Madness on number 9 Iowa take down number 1 Florida 73-72. in second-round play. Sweet 16 action gets underway Thursday. And Matt Fitzpatrick taking the Valspar Championship by 1 stroke over David Lipsky as he finished 11 under. AJ Ewert, the low Canadian, 6 under in a tie for 11th. Sports Update brought to you by Paramount Flooring. From custom homes to small renovations, Edmonton's top builders and contractors rely on Paramount Flooring. Our in-house team handles everything from selections to completion, keeping projects on track and on time. Visit our showroom 7 days a week or at ParamountFlooring.ca.
I can remember back being an 11-year-old kid, about 75 pounds on the basketball court against the neighborhood bully, kicking his behind left, right, and center.
I call you when I need you, my heart's on fire.
When it was all said and done, he was a little upset, so he punched me in the mouth.
You come to me, wild and wild.
My uncles were over on the side, observing, talking amongst themselves, adult things.
When you come to me, give me a...
When he punched me in my mouth, I decided I'm running to my uncle. And you know what he did? He pushed me back to him. I went back and he punched me in my mouth again. I ran to my uncle, looking for protection. Needed Big Brother to protect me. He pushed me back again. And you know what I did? I faced him in the eyes and I said, my uncle's not going to help me. And I punched him in the face. Then I looked him in the eye and I said, then what? Now what? Now what? Now what are you going to do?
You're simply the best. Better than all the rest. Better than anyone I ever met. Stuck in your heart. I hang on every word.
6:35. That is the Cavis Reed pump-up song as performed by local band Whale and the Wolf. Still one of the funniest things that's ever been done. I think that was great. The boys killed it. That was really fun. All right.
Until Cavis performs on stage with them.
Oh, God. There's an outside chance we can make that happen.
That's what dreams it. Put on the glass slipper.
I'd be more concerned about getting the boys to do it as opposed to Cavis. We got locking them in first, and then go to Cavis and be like, okay, we've been
Cavis
waiting.
is waiting. He's ready.
Yeah, he's ready to go. We're coming at you from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studio today. 3-piece bone-in chicken, just $8, hand battered, marinated for 12 hours. Absolutely delicious. Just $8, 3 plump, juicy pieces at all of your Popeyes locations. Let's get to this text, and we're going to get to Connor McDavid's postgame. NHL Department of Player Safety giving out a deserving suspension.
Throw on the glass slipper. It's a Cinderella story.
That one in from Klima's Lid this morning. All right, there was lots of discussion after the game about what Connor McDavid had to say following a loss to the Tampa Bay Lightning, in which he was -3. Here's Connor McDavid after the game.
That you feel swung this one this evening?
Yeah, I mean, probably the 3-1 goal. The 3-1 goal hurts, obviously. And the power play, just don't score on the 5-on-3 and then get one up somehow there at the end. I don't know.
Pretty emotional game with some physicality, though. Did you feel you guys answered the bell and stood up for each other?
I like that. You know, I thought it was a good response to the other night. You know, bit of a quiet night the other night, so it was a good response emotionally.
Even strength-wise, Connor, just what did you think about sort of the matchups tonight? You know, obviously it was lots of back and forth and powerful lines going head-to-head. How do you think that went?
Obviously, we're missing lots of guys and some pretty important guys. So, you know, guys are stepping in there and doing the best they can. And I thought, you know, they're obviously a great team. We had looks, and their goalie made a lot of great saves. Yeah.
Carter, you were a guy who's put up some pretty big numbers for a long, long time. You kind of look at that run that he's on, Kucherov right now, another 4 points tonight. He's got like 99 points in 46 games. It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, he's playing great, obviously. Playing on a great team with a lot of great players over there. They got a great system. They're perfectly coached. They all know what they're doing all over the ice. It's impressive. They're a great team.
Is it frustrating? Did you feel maybe you guys were frustrated tonight as far as you talk about what they were doing? Did they do anything to frustrate you or limit you?
Oh, I don't think so. I thought, playing against a team like Tampa, you're going to spend some time in the D zone, and we did that. I thought we were comfortable in the D zone and trying to score on counters and stuff like that against, but. I forgot your question. What was your question?
Just their defending's hard.
Yeah, no, they're good. They're good, obviously. They're very good. As I said, they're extremely well coached. They're extremely well organized. They're very, very rehearsed in everything that they do. It's very impressive. Very, very impressive. And when you do break them down, they got a heck of a goalie to backstop them.
Is that just a bunch of time doing the same things over and over again? Like, how do you guys get to that, to be that rehearsed, to have that system you can rely on and all those things? Where does that come from? How do you guys get there?
Yeah, well, that's a coaching question. You can ask Nobber that question. Obviously we've been playing together a long time, and we feel like we're somewhat rehearsed and organized, but not to their level.
So you wake up in the morning tomorrow, you didn't lose any ground to anybody. Your thoughts on being in a division that's pretty forgiving right now?
Yeah, obviously we're fortunate to play in this division. A lot of teams are fortunate to play in this division. It's a bit of a pillow fight right now, but thankful obviously to not have lost any ground. That being said, we got to find a way to win some games here on the road. 2 big ones obviously against Utah and Vegas, and we got to make some ground too. So good challenge ahead.
All right, so there you go. That is Connor McDavid, captain of the Edmonton Oilers, after the loss to the Tampa Bay Lightning. Everything online kind of blew up after some of his comments about the coaching, saying that Tampa Bay was perfectly coached and everything that they do looks to be rehearsed, and the Oilers are somewhat rehearsed.
Well, he didn't mention anything about the Oilers. He was just talking about Tampa.
No, his last comment, though, Sean said, how do you guys do this?
Yeah, but then,
and then
ask Nobber.
He commented. Yeah, he said ask Nobber, but then he did comment on it. First of all, I will say as a hockey mad market, I think we're probably reading into it a little bit too much. However, that's what we do here. The coaching has been in the spotlight for months now. And now Connor McDavid has come out and obviously spoken much more highly of the other team's coach than how his team is prepared. So what do you make of this, Rick? What do you think?
Well,
of his
he's not a
comments?
big talker.
Yeah.
We've known that from McDavid's time. So this was there was a lot that he said there. We don't normally take time to break down, minutes and minutes of him talking post game. He was asked about them and he talked about them, and you're right. Near the end there was it goes back to Draisaitl, and now it's funny because Draisaitl's come out and done this exact same thing. What was it, a month ago?
Yeah,
around that
he did bring up
before the
some
Olympics,
coaching
right?
stuff before
the Olympics. And I think Bruce Boudreau put it perfectly too, is that it was frustrating. It was post game, and you're asked something, you just start talking, and then you're like, and then in the midst of it, you're like, oh crap, how do I end this? And I've said too much, and then you keep going. So they're frustrated, all of this, but when it's Draisaitl and it's McDavid, and when it's both kind of the same tone and the same subject matter, then I don't blame people for taking it and running with it, obviously. In talking about Tampa, I mean, he's not wrong in all the things he did say about Tampa. I mean, they are what they are, and again, the Cooper connection with the Olympics, the guy knows the guy, so it's just odd to me, and I told you off, I was hoping that Knoblauch would do the same thing post-game that Connor did, and just be like, well, there's a guy down there that's really good in Kucherov.
Phenomenal player, best player in the league.
Great roster, Kucherov, front to bottom. They have a lot of debt, that type of thing. He could have easily come out and done one of those as well. So Connor speaks, we listen, and coaches be damned, management be damned, anybody else in the organization be damned, because, and rightly or wrongly, I mean, you go online following these comments and but Knoblauch's his guy, McDavid made the hire. He sat him down and none of that's, we like to say it because all these people are connected, and that goes then to maybe an ownership or a higher level saying, well, you want McDavid around, so you're going to insulate him with people that he's maybe familiar with, which to me is not the recipe for success. I mean, are you trying to win, which Connor McDavid wants to do? And if you win, there's more likelihood he'll stay here, or do you just want to insulate him with people that he's known? I would rather win. I think Connor would rather win. I mean, that's probably the position you should take as an organization. But here we are. So I don't know. The Knoblauch hire, when it happened, I think we all took a step back and we were like, okay, junior coach, interesting. Now he's come in, and I don't think he's taken them to 2 cup finals. Let's be honest. I mean, he's been the coach. He's done some good things, I think.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
but
he's
I mean,
contributed to
he
it,
did
but it's
coach the core to a 16-game winning streak.
He's done a lot of.
Right? He's done a lot of good things.
But I
here.
think with this team, there's always that. Yeah, but they have the 2 best players, arguably in the league, and that.
But until those 2 best players buy in. To some of the defensive commitments, it's going to be the same, you know what, over and over and over again every 2.5 years with a different coach.
Sure.
Like the fourth goal of that game, you can look at it. There's a battle behind the net, The Oilers lose it. Ekholm was hoping he'd get a pass. He didn't. They find it to Kucherov. There's 4 Oilers in that shot.
Get it up on the.
No, I don't want to do it today. I'll get too frustrated. You know who the 5th Oiler was? Who wasn't even remotely anywhere close to the play? It was the captain, Connor McDavid, because he went out to the point to try to poke the puck loose and take off in a breakaway, and then swooped wide while this battle's going on down here, swooped wide, and by the time Kucherov fires that puck in the net, Connor's just coming back past the left defenseman.
Wow.
So, I mean, it kind of goes 2 ways.
Don't want to run him out of town here.
Go look at everybody talk about Kucherov, everybody talk about McDavid, everybody talk about McKinnon. Nikita Kucherov has 119 points, is plus 45. Nathan McKinnon has 114 points, plus 57. Connor McDavid has 16 points. He's plus 8. Even strength, Kuch has 84 points. McKinnon's got 87. McDavid's got 67. I don't want to say power play merchant, but those other guys significantly outproduce him at even strength. And they're plus 45 and plus 57. He's plus 8. Like, we could sit here and say the first thing all the time, over and over again. They'll get a new coach. They'll come in. McDavid and Draisaitl will commit to playing the defensive side of the game and try to find the Steve Yzerman moment. And then all of a sudden, they're trying to blow the zone. They're trying to make all these fancy passes. They're trying to dangle all the time. And then the coach gets fired. We've seen this happen 4 times. It's going to happen again this summer. Yeah. And then in 2 years from now, we're talking about the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Except McDavid will be an unrestricted free agent at the time.
Yeah.
And could possibly be like, enough's enough. I'm out of here. So it's a 2-way street. Everybody needs to buy in. And they haven't this year. And Stan Bowman and Jeff Jackson have slowly made the team worse. There's no denying that. You can't argue it. They're definitely worse now than they were when those guys took over. Trav, I got to get your thoughts on all of this, man. Don't you shake your head at me. You will speak on this, and you will speak on it right now.
Yeah, the post-game comments, I think you take the Olympics out of the equation. I'm not sure he's saying what he said. I feel like he's comfortable with saying that because he has respect to John Cooper, and that's how I wasn't making a big thing of it personally. He could either go, we need to be better, we need to do this, we need to do that, but he's done that, I feel like every single post-game he's done this season. So he took the other route and he gave credit to the other team. And he gave credit to the other coach, who I think is the best coach in the NHL. I don't think there's any arguing that. Like, he's unreal, and he saw it firsthand. They're laughing on the bench, Cooper and McDavid at the Olympics. I don't think McDavid even has that with Knobber right now. So that's one thing about John Cooper. He's a great systems coach, but he's also a really good, players coach. He gets the best out of his players, and he can establish that just from what I've seen. So that's what I'm taking from the post game. I think he just has mad respect to John Cooper, and I'll leave it at that. But as far as the points go and the defense, I mean, yeah, like, I'm holding on to, McDavid's got to play better defensively. McDavid, him and Draisaitl, they come in every single year. We don't care about the points. And I've said this time and time again. It's like, you don't care about the points. Play some damn defense. Like, I don't understand it. And the thing I'm, just coming to the conclusion of is the fact that he's 30, he's played this way his whole game, or his whole career. If you're not beating this out of him when he's 30, I fear that this is how he's always going to be. Same with Draisaitl. Like, I don't know what is going to have to take for whatever coach to just put this in their DNA to, just get them to think, defense, but it hasn't happened. It hasn't happened in his entire career. So I don't think it's going to happen just like that. I don't think a coach is going to snap it out of him. I think this is how McDavid is, and there's no changing it. So that sucks.
780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. I know there are people calling for Knobloch to be fired right now and for them to try to run a new coach with the 11 games left and go and win the Stanley Cup. I'll tell you right now,
Tortorella.
This roster is not designed to win a Stanley Cup. Okay, like if you think that you fired Knobloch and all of a sudden you've got the roster to win it all, you got a little bit of a wake-up call coming. Okay? Burger Alert texts in. This is actually kind of a funny comparison. McDavid is like the kid who went to his friend's house and now wants everything they have, not realizing the other kid has to do chores too. How could you not want to play for John Cooper, though? I mean, we're going to get into that a little bit more during the good, bad, and the ugly. RSO Cody says, the harder McDavid tries, the more you see him try to do the old 1-on-4 entering the ozone, and it goes nowhere. And it's really noticeable when they play a good team like Tampa Bay, Colorado, Dallas, etc. I don't know. I think it's tough to talk about how this team's so rehearsed and we're not as rehearsed when you're flying the zone and you're not getting back in time to help on a goal that basically sealed the game away for the Tampa Bay Lightning. It's a tough look.
You lead by example, Dusty.
All right, let's get into our good, bad, and ugly from the weekend. We'll get into this whole thing a little bit more. We're going to talk about it with Darren Dreger. We're going to dive into the coaching element of it versus the management element of it. And sometimes the players just need to take some of the accountability, I think, as well. It's really going to sting you when we go, that's good, and dive into Kucherov's last 3 months. I mean, he's doing things that even McDavid hasn't
where credit's
done.
due.
And McDavid's a freak. McDavid's an offensive freak. And Kucherov's doing things that even that guy hasn't done, which is insane. Absolutely insane. But let's get into our good, bad, and ugly from the weekend. LT, lead us off, buddy. What's your good?
The Oilers residing in the Pacific Division. I think it's great. Could be great. Could argue it's great.
This division sucks.
Hey.
I don't even consider them a playoff team at this point. Like, if they make the playoffs. And that's the thing. Like, I'm starting to question
They would be seventh. Like, they would have 4 teams ahead of them to chase a wild card spot down in the East.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, they're so not a playoff team. I'm sorry.
They're 19th in the league in overall standings. And a few of the teams behind them have more games in hand. Like, from a points percentage perspective, they're not even a top 20 team in the league.
Oh.
It's jarring.
It's sad that the Calgary Flames last year, they finished with more points than what the Oilers are on pace for this year. The Calgary Flames.
Yeah, Trev, you're a real bummer today, eh?
Well, it's just like, yeah.
That is
just
gross,
watch them.
though.
They don't look like a playoff team. I know definition, they make the playoffs. They probably will, but they're so lucky. They are not a playoff team, man, in my eyes. Anyway.
All right, what's your good from the weekend?
Anyway, my good was just my weekend in general, boys. Friday
you said you got to do everything you wanted to do.
I had a list of things I wanted to do, and I damn near did every single one of them. I did do every single one of them. I went bowling. I had a few drinks. I hung out with my friends. I made new friends on Saturday night, went out clubbing. Yep, that was great. And what do you do, Trev?
You went out clubbing?
Yeah, well, I only went to one place, but it was fun. Went on the dance floor.
No!
I was out on the dance floor. I told you boys all week I wanted
you love
to dance.
dancing. Yeah, you're a big
I just
dancing
really
boy.
wanted to get out there. So I was dancing, and people were like, oh, so what do you do? I said, oh, yeah, I produce the Nielson Show on 95.7 Cruise FM. So I told them, I got their numbers, and I told them to listen. And so here's hoping they're listening right now.
Incredible story.
So that was sick. And man, just all around unreal weekend with what I was able to do, aside from watching the Oilers on Saturday night. That sucked. But that's why I partied harder, boys.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Crank it up a notch, right?
Yeah.
My good from the weekend was John Cooper on After Hours. I don't spend a lot of time watching the interviews after the final Hockey Night in Canada game. Usually it's like bedtime.
Yeah.
But I knew Cooper was on, and I watched it, and he's phenomenal. Like, I hope you watched it as well. If you did, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Like,
He's a solid guy.
Extremely well-spoken. Just seems like a really good dude. Incredibly intelligent when it comes to the game of hockey. The way that the way that he talked about managing people, managing his players, I thought it was phenomenal. Like if you missed John Cooper on After Hours with Scott Oak and Louis DeBrusque on Saturday night, go track that thing down. It was outstanding. So that'll be my that was. I wanted to go to bed, but I couldn't turn it off. I was like, I'm gonna just ride this thing out. I want to see every single thing that this guy says. And you can see why they have success, and you can see why Tampa's gonna, I don't know why you would ever fire that guy.
No, Tammy Cooper's on the TV.
Yeah, she's like, oh, honey.
Yeah. Chin strap. Yeah. Nope, but no.
I was like, not now.
Yeah.
Do you not know that John Cooper's on TV? Am I aroused right now? Yes, I am.
By John
Cooper. You keep your filthy hands away from me, wife. It was great. What's your bad from the weekend?
Both the Panthers and Lightning collecting wins in Edmonton and going on to lose to the Flames.
Oh, man. That does suck. Mind you, on Friday night, it helped us cash the early bird bet and the lost shot partner parlay.
Those things are fine. And also, who is it? The Panthers lost to the Canucks, too. One of them lost to the Canucks as well before the Edmonton game, so that actually added on to it.
The Panthers lost to the Canucks before coming
Lightning
in,
beat
didn't
the Canucks. Yeah, I think that's how it went.
Yeah.
But anyways, I mean, it's just kind of a weird look there as the Flames are heating up at the perfect time of the season.
They take themselves completely out of this mechanic.
Why would you want to be anywhere near the lottery with the odds?
The Vancouver Canucks got that last spot wrapped up anyway.
They're sealed.
Trev, it's going to be tough for you to have a bad because you said you had such a great weekend, but what's your bad from the weekend?
Yeah, kind of hinted at it in my good. The only thing bad was the Oilers game. That sucked. But the loss, yeah, that was tough. Post game, whatever. I'm just going to go with the shift where McDavid has the puck. You're like, oh, here's some McDavid magic. He comes up, he dangles one guy, and then he gets sat down so quick. I forget who checked him, but yeah, he just took a seat. Take a seat, Connor. Puck goes the other way. Who else but Nikita Kucherov? Just a cherry on top of that. I was just like, oh.
That whole sequence sucked.
That was bad. That sucked. So yeah, that's my bad.
My bad from the weekend. I had a 9-game parlay going. Multi-sport on Saturday. I had the Lakers in there. The Lakers won with that Kennard 3-pointer right at the buzzer. That helped me. And then Vanderbilt gives up a 3 with like 4 seconds left to go behind. I was like, are you like this? Is this for real? And then they get it and they heave up a half-court shot and it like hits the backboard, then goes off like front rim, back room, front rim, back room. It's like halfway down and then it pops out. And that cost me a 9-gamer. I was 8 for 8, including the Lightning. I did have the Lightning on the ticket.
Okay.
That stings.
9-gamer.
That stings.
That does sting. I'm sorry.
Vandy. I said it at the beginning of the thing.
Picking up their first ever. Now they've got 2.
Oh, congratulations.
How about Husker Nation?
That was tough.
Yeah.
So bad. All right, ugly from the weekend. What's your ugly from the weekend?
The ugly will be the NHL's Pacific Division, specifically Saturday. Now, dig this. It's the first time in NHL history a division has had 6 or more teams play on the same day, and they all lose by multiple goals. I'm going to go over the docket with you. Vegas lose to Nashville 4-1. The Kings lose to Buffalo 4-1. Sharks lose to Philly 4-1. Kraken lose to Columbus 5-2. Canucks, whatever, lose to St. Louis 3-1. And the Oilers, of course, falling to Tampa 5-2. That's an aggregate score of 25-8.
25
on Saturday.
to 8. The division was outscored.
The division's been ugly all year. We've been talking about it, but specifically Saturday, notching a little place in the history books.
I think I had this. Yeah.
Matt.
Here is the. Go ahead, Trev. No, here's the cumulative goal differential in divisions.
No.
As of yesterday, Atlantic plus 104 goals, Metropolitan plus 38 goals, Central plus 59 goals. Pacific Division minus 201 goals.
No way. That is so bad.
Wow.
This division sucks.
I was waiting for you to be like, minus 8.
No, minus 201. Like the entire league is just beating the you-know-what out of the Pacific Division this year.
What was the Atlantic? Plus, like they were.
Atlantic was plus 104.
Good for them.
Metro plus 38. Central plus 59. Pacific minus 201.
Oh,
Trev, what's your ugly from the
I
weekend?
thought it was going to be low. I didn't think it was going to be that low. Holy. LT, he touched on it. My ugly is Flames beating both the Lightning and Panthers.
Bad look.
Just a bad look. But I tell you, man, there's something. I didn't really say this on Friday, but man, I don't know if it's a system thing. Like every team has a kryptonite, and I look at for the Oilers, it's I mean, I hate to pick on teams that are bad, but the San Jose Sharks, the Oilers have had their way with them. They're a bad team, whatever. Maybe you can look at the Predators. The Oilers they have their way with
in a
the
playoff
Predators.
spot as of the day.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
But there is something about, I don't know if it's the system. I don't know if it's just, that is just the kryptonite for the Oilers. It's the Panthers, because the Panthers playing the Oilers, I watched the Flames game because I just, obviously we had the bet on them. They are not nearly, and I watched a little bit of the Canucks game as well, man. Like something about the Panthers, they get up to play the Oilers. They look like Stanley Cup champions. They did not look like that at all against the Canucks. Like the second period there with the Oilers and Panthers, there was nothing. The Oilers had no space, right? That's just not at all what I saw against the Flames. The Panthers looked pretty mediocre against the Flames. So, but just all in all, losing to the Lightning and Panthers, and then having the Flames beat both of them. That's ugly.
My ugly is the fact that Greer only got 3 games.
Yeah.
I don't need to say anything else. I already ranted on the Department of Player Safety this morning. What a Monday we're having.
Yeah.
What a Monday we are having. Hey, let's keep the text messages flying in at 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Sandwich Dan says, Ovechkin, defensive stalwart, Stanley Cup champion. Marty St. Louis, poor defensively, Stanley Cup champion. Comparing Kucherov and McKinnon when their entire teams and systems are far greater than the Oilers is not a good arguing point. Plus minus isn't a solo stat. It's a team incorporated stat. Do McDavid and Draisaitl need to commit more to defense? Yes. But they're the primary players driving the only offense the Oilers have. To sacrifice that would jeopardize wins almost entirely. Just my 4 cents. Sandwich Dan, I appreciate you chiming in. Here's the problem that we've had in this market forever. This sentence right here. Do McDavid and Draisaitl need to commit more to defense? Yes.
You could have stopped it there.
But there's always, right?
Yeah,
right?
well,
Like, that's the thing.
Yeah.
No, that's the thing, though.
That
this
could
is
have
the
ended
thing.
it.
Anytime anyone wants to say, you go, do McDavid and Draisaitl need to commit more to defense? Yes. But no more buts. Like, this, it's okay. It's okay to hold the whole team accountable.
And to sacrifice their offense for a little more defense, would that jeopardize wins almost entirely, or would it get you where you need to be?
I don't know. I'd like to see them try it.
Well,
I mean, they've allowed the second most goals in the last 30 years in the franchise through 71 games.
Could lead to a little more success.
This just in. Going for offense ain't working, man. Anyway, Darren Dreger is going to join us. He's going to pop by just after 7 o'clock here. Play Alberta, early bird bet of the day still to come. That's a good for the Italian Center. And we'll dive into it. Do you just hang this whole thing on Knobloch? Or do you have to look more at management? What say you? 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. If you're listening on 95.7, couple minutes of commercials, quick traffic update. Then we are back with you. If you're on TuneIn, if you're on iHeart, if you're over on YouTube today, if you're on YouTube, hammer the thumbs up for us. That would be great. You've got a sports update here. It's brought to you by Expedia Cruises. Whether you're dreaming of crystal clear waters or exotic destinations, contact Chelsea LaBelle at Expedia Cruises in Northeast Edmonton to start planning your next cruise or vacation destination. 780-970-4834.
The Oilers are back in action tomorrow night when they visit Utah, looking to snap a 2-game slide. Just one game in the NHL tonight. It'll be Ottawa visiting the Rangers. Panthers forward A.J. Greer, meanwhile, suspended 3 games yesterday for shoving Flames forward Connor Zary into the boards from behind. The play occurring Friday night in Florida's 4-1 loss to Calgary. Action from around the NHL yesterday. The Golden Knights knocking off the Stars 3-2. Vegas now a point up on the Oilers for second, even on games played. Ducks victorious 6-5 in overtime against the Sabres. They're 5 points up on the Oilers for first with 1 game in hand. Kings falling in overtime 4-3 to the Mammoth. LA 4 points back of the Oilers with a game in hand. Colorado over Washington 3-2 in overtime. Jets over the Rangers 3-2 in a shootout. Carolina dumping Pittsburgh 5-1. Nashville 4 straight wins. The Predators move into a wild card spot, defeating Chicago 3-2 in overtime. Blue Jackets shut out by the Islanders 1-0, and the Lightning falling in Calgary 4-3 to the Flames in overtime. The Edmonton Oil Kings wrapping up the regular season last night down at Rogers Place, 7-1 over the Calgary Hitmen. Opening round of the playoffs begins on Friday when the Oil Kings welcome in the Saskatoon Blades. Puck drop at 7. Game 2 will go Sunday back at Ice District at 2. The Toronto Blue Jays have agreed to a 5-year extension with GM Ross Atkins. That'll run through the end of the 23-24 2031 season. Atkins has 1 year remaining on his current deal. Jays also striking an extension with manager John Schneider. It's a 2-year deal through 2028. Jays defeating the Rays 14-1 yesterday, capping Grapefruit League action. They will open the season Friday at home to the Athletics. MLB opening day goes on Thursday. World Women's Curling Championships, Canada settling for silver as they would lose 7-5 to Switzerland. The men's championships from Utah begin Friday when Matt Dunstone and Canada face South Korea. Raptors fall to the Suns 120-98. They're back on the court tonight visiting Utah in one of 10 games. Meanwhile, March Madness Sweet 16 will get underway Thursday. And over to golf, where Matt Fitzpatrick winning the Valspar Championship by a stroke over David Lipsky. AJ Ewart, the low Canadian 6-under, in a tie for 11th. Whether you're dreaming of crystal clear waters or exotic destinations, contact Chelsea LaBelle at Expedia Cruises, Northeast Edmonton, to start planning your next cruise or vacation destination. Call 780-970-4834.
What say you? Hey, nasty crew. We got the Nielson Show flu. Well, there's nothing we can do about it. What say you? Hey, nasty crew. My wife thinks I got better things to do, but there's nothing I can do about it. We're tuning in on TuneIn, we're listening online. We catch up with the podcast when we fall behind. We're texting in the nasty chat, what's on our mind? 780-218-9999. No more interference from corporate interest. Just Dusty and Eric and all of the bad cats. Like Wyszynski and Noodles, Gager and Gager. Go to play Alberta to make a little wager. We can't wait for the Monday Mandate. Sharky's always on time. Tommy's always late.
Would you like a cup of tea?
Forget about the old place. Hey, we were number one in the text race. We don't miss all the commercial breaks, but we sure miss Nickelback today. We want to hear some hot takes and we want to hear Renee. Why not hold the neck up when I want to kiss away? Beat left the tire fire and remember that name. We love every goal song, but what about what's his name? Macramella, Rapaport, Dreger, and Tenier. It ain't Christmas season, but they sound like reindeer. Button and my cousin in the tales of the north. I'll put him in person. Does he go on? What say you? AM Nasty Crew. We got the Nielson Show flu. And there's nothing we can do about it. And there's nothing we can do about it. And there's nothing we can do about it.
7:05 on the Nielson Show. Thank you very much for being here this morning. If you're listening on 95.7 Cruise FM, tell your friends that the Nielson Show is back on the radio better than ever. If you're watching on YouTube today, hammer the thumbs up for us. Sub to the channel if you haven't already. We're almost at 14,300 subs over on YouTube. The Nielson Show today and every day brought to you by the crew over at Weiss Johnson. Visit them at weiss-johnson.com to book an estimate today. Get a new Train furnace and you get 15% off any additional mechanical system if you do it at the same time. Air conditioner, heat pump, hot water tank, garage heater, 15% off, plus no interest for 24 months. The inbox has been busy today. It's the Paris Jewelers inbox. Do not pay for 1 year with the flexible payment options. Check them out online, parisjewelers.com. They're Canadian family owned. And then, of course, one of your text messages will end up taking home the Royal Pizza text of the day. Here's the second hour of the show for you. 7 o'clock hours presented by GameSense. Win gambling, set a budget before you play. Stay informed. Visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, use your GameSense. Dregs is going to join us momentarily. We got your Play Alberta early bird bet of the day. 7:30 today, we'll get into, that's a good for the Italian Center. Take a look at what Kucherov has been doing for the last 3 months. It's ridiculous. And then more time for your text messages on the current state of the Oilers and this whole coaching conversation that kind of had a few logs tossed on the fire in Saturday's postgame. So we'll get into that around 7:45 this morning. Darren Dreger is our GS Construction hockey insider. For more than 5 decades, GS has been proud to serve our community. And once again, they're hiring now. GS is looking for experienced top men, pipe layers, and operators. Visit gsconstruction.ca. Click on careers to find out more. All right, let's go to Darren Dreger. And Dregs, we have to start with obviously some sad news from the weekend. Big part of the NHL family was lost as Jessie Pierce and her 3 kids pass away in a house fire. It's just, I mean, it's a tragedy. I don't know how else to describe it. This is absolutely devastating for her husband and the rest of their family. It's just the saddest thing you could ever imagine waking up to on a Sunday.
Unimaginable. Yeah, I mean, that's the best way to describe it. And the tributes, the outpouring, heartfelt messages has been tremendous. I obviously didn't know Jesse well. Sarah Orleski out of Winnipeg just tweeted a picture. I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but I vividly remember this. It was a playoff series, Winnipeg and Minnesota a few years back. And Jesse, hold on a second, I got to clear my throat. Jesse came into the dressing room with one of her kids and a relatively newborn baby at the time. And I remember going, oh, good for her. You know what I mean? Like, there are tons of women, obviously, who cover the National Hockey League, do a brilliant job. But not often do you see someone come in with, again, a baby in tow. But she's a working mother doing her job. And it was one of the best things in that series because all of us are like, all right, well, she's here to cover the series. She's here to cover the game. And she's a mom and she's got stuff going on in her life. And all of us kind of went, you know what? So that 1 hour delay between Winnipeg and many probably isn't that bad.
A little perspective. Yeah.
So, to make sense of the tragedy, you can't. You can't. I just, as I get older here, fellas, and I hope you feel the same way, whether it's cancer, which, we all deal with. And unfortunately, sadly, my son has a really good friend who's in a dark place right now because of nasty, ugly, despicable disease. But whether it's that, or in this case, a sudden tragedy like Jessie and her 3 children, doesn't it remind you to just be thankful? Hug your kids, just call somebody who you haven't talked to in a while. Like, I know I sound like a sap in saying all of this, but that's the only way for me that you can't make sense of it. So you have to take whatever you can positively out of it. And individually, that's all we can do. That's all we can do. Is just hug your kids, reach out to somebody that is in a tough spot, and realize, especially in our business, come on. We're talking about hockey here, wins and losses, coaches on hot seats, and just stuff that doesn't matter in life. So I appreciate you bringing it up, Dusty. I wasn't expecting it, but it's just such a loss. It's unfathomable.
Well said, Dregs. And there is no proper way to transition back to the Edmonton Oilers after this, but we will do it. All right, so the Oilers, they lose to Florida. That had everybody fired up. And then they lose to a better team in Tampa, and Kucherov torches them. And so, there's only 2 losses in a row. We are acting like it's a 10-game losing streak out here. But then Connor McDavid comes out and talks about how perfectly coached Tampa is and how everything is rehearsed. And then he said, we're somewhat rehearsed. And I was asked about things a little bit, and he said, well, you got to ask Knobber. So you know how that gets viewed in this market. Yeah. So just your thoughts on McDavid's comments, and what does it mean for Knobloch moving forward?
Well, look, he was brutally honest, the captain of the Oilers. He was. And so I'm not going to be critical of what he said or try and dissect what he means. He answered the questions. He did. And if we're trying to make comparisons to Tampa Bay and Edmonton, or Tampa Bay and the majority of the National Hockey League, what he's saying is 100% true. It's a well-built machine. Julien Brisebois almost every single year goes out and acquires pieces that he knows are going to be really good fits in that roster and are going to give that team a better opportunity to contend for a Stanley Cup. Brendan Hagel, I think, also said it best. There isn't a man in that room that isn't willing to leave that game with a black eye. Okay, well, that doesn't mean that they're going to beat the wheels off you. They might do that offensively, given the talent they have, led by Nikita Kucherov. But what it speaks to is a work ethic and a buy-in and a level of commitment that there are games that are going to be ugly. But you find a way to, play whatever role you have to play to make sure you're a good teammate and you're doing your individual best to be the sum of the parts, right? And that's a well-oiled machine. I'm repeating myself. So I think that's what Connor meant in systemically going through it. Rehearsed and organized was something that, Ryan Rishaug followed up on. And I think that McDavid's response to that was equally fair. Like that, ask the coach. That, that's an Knobloch question. So my takeaway from it was, I'm not sure Chris Knobloch can explain what that means. I'm just saying, has the structure of the Edmonton Oilers changed at varying points of this year? Is there a lack of consistency in the approach, what's expected, how things are outlined, the preparation, all of that beyond the individual players and how individually they do prepare? I don't know, but it's not just a coaching question. It has to be a hockey ops, a team question. Knobloch coaches the players that he has.
Yeah.
He can't he can expect more. Doesn't look like he's getting more from certain players. And, that in and of itself is a problem. But I think this is an organizational problem. And when you're comparing to the Tampa Bay Lightning, I think that's abundantly obvious.
Well, bang on. And most of those descriptors you were using for that Lightning locker room, I don't think we have used them quite often.
Doesn't get said very often.
In talking about Oilers post-game
yeah.
and coming in the next morning. So I guess I guess following up on that, how would you mentioned organization hockey ops, how would you weigh that? Is that more of are we looking at like a 60-40 type of here, closer to a 50-50, or pretty heavy on one side compared to another?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's too early we can judge game by game. That's what we do. And we do it shift by shift, certainly period by period. But let's just see how things unfold for the Oilers. Right now, it doesn't look great. And there have been some stinging comparisons. Like that Florida game was a tough one too, right? In every sense, just the background around it, Matthew Tkachuk and everything that he says and everything that he does and the lack of response. Still time left in this regular season, right? I mean, teams can gel, and we've seen the Oilers come together when it matters most. The only thing they haven't done is hoist that Stanley Cup. I mean, they've done everything but that. Now, I say that, and I qualify it because generally, I think most of us think this isn't Edmonton's year. It's not, So what does it look like if they get bounced in the first round of the playoffs? Or worse? I mean, they're a playoff team. I mean, I think that's pretty clear. But, if things really come off the rails here in the remaining games of the regular season, and, you go into the playoffs and you get bounced, okay, well, look, like every owner in the National Hockey League with lofty expectation, there's going to be some tough conversations, I can assure you, with senior management, and then ultimately the coaching staff. But that's on the regular, that's going to happen in Toronto. That happens around the league. The challenge, for management is if, again, there's a near catastrophic failure moving forward, how do you fix it, fellas? How do you fix it?
Especially residing in the division they're in. I mean, if you're talking about the Central, there are, and not to say excuses, but reasons, I guess, they're playing. But you even having this conversation this morning, and they're sitting third you can't not miss out on the party if you're residing in the Pacific this season.
Correct. And what did McDavid describe it as, a pillow fight?
Pillow fight, which
in the Pacific Division?
Yeah, that might even be more physical. Or
I've had some pretty
it might even be weaker.
Yeah,
I mean, the division is minus 204 this year.
Yeah.
I'll tell you
awful.
what. The Rain Dregs Hockey Podcast, which will drop tomorrow, is going to be a must-watch, must-listen, because Ferraro is fired up about that division and the reality that's right in front of us, right? That team, one of those teams is probably, they're going to the Western Final. Like, how is that even possible, right? And then you push Commissioner Bettman, which we did last week at the general managers meetings, and he dismisses the idea that there's an appetite or a need for changing, for playoff seeding and all of that. Just, nope, not happening. No reason to talk about it, move on. Okay, well, is it really good for the sport to see things unfold the way that we're seeing them right now? And the fact, he defended, the reality that there are going to be really good teams bounced in the first round. His defense is, but that's going to be entertaining hockey. Okay, I guess, but wouldn't it be great if round 2 and round 3 were equally entertaining, because you still had some of the best teams that have earned that placement, through regular season success still involved. So, I mean, when the best player in the game comes out and describes his division as a pillow fight, I don't think that's a good look for that division or hockey.
It's not.
In general.
You're right. That's a good way to describe it. Darren Dreger joins us in the Firehouse Subs hotline. Today he's our GS Construction Hockey Insider. I do want to get to the Greer suspension in a second, but I also don't want to gloss over Kucherov because we just got to look at him here in Edmonton.
Oh.
He torched him. He's been on an all-time heater for the last 3 months. He's on the verge of wrapping up his third consecutive Art Ross, and he doesn't have a Hart Trophy in that window, which is insane.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to say we underrate Kucherov, but do we kind of gloss over how brilliant he is when we're always talking about McDavid and McKinnon?
Yeah, we shouldn't. Your point is well made because this guy is all world. That's what he is, and in so many different ways. I mean, what he's done in the last 46 games or so is redonkulous. I mean, he dynamic. Sure, explosive, absolutely, game-breaking, obviously, like all of the above. I mean, so establish what the criteria is to win the Hart, right? And, again, you do have to give a tip of the cap to some of the players that he has competed against historically, Nate McKinnon, Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, I mean, Cale Makar, go down the list. If I were voting today, he would get my number one vote to win the Hart. And I'd be surprised if the majority of the voters aren't in that category. So we'll see, but I don't think he wastes a whole lot of time worrying about it, right? This guy in so many different ways is the head of the snake of the Tampa Bay Lightning. He's got a meanness to him that doesn't always surface because it doesn't have to, but he navigates the game as well as any superstar in the sport, just full stop. Right. So for me, he'd get my top vote. He would.
Yeah, he's been nuts for 3 months. All right, and then let's wrap with the 3 games for Greer. The NHL Department of Player Safety had been in a spotlight for the last 2 weeks, and then bam, they're hit with it again. Yeah. They decide to go just a phone hearing, which gets people frustrated, and then Greer ends up getting 3 games for the push into the numbers and sending Zary into the boards. I mean, I wanted more. I don't know if I can say I was expecting more, but your thoughts on the 3 games?
Well, it's light for me. I don't like piling on because, my job isn't to be an analyst. My job is to dispense information. So it doesn't matter what I think. It's what I know. I guess where the confusion for me comes into play is why isn't there an explanation of how you get to the number of games, right? They do say in the video, okay, AJ Greer has been fined. He's been suspended before. Throughout the video, they acknowledge that it's a bad hit. It's just a dangerous bad hit. And then it just simply ends, AJ Greer has been suspended for 3 games. Well, how'd you get to 3? Yeah. Like how? Like 2 was too little and 4 felt excessive? Like that's all I would want.
That would help. That would help, Dregs. You're right. Like I watch the video and I see them telling me what I'm watching. I'm like, I know this. Yeah. I see this. Yeah. I know his history. Yeah. And then all of a sudden I was waiting for the explanation because I think I've seen that in other videos, but then it was just the NHL suspended AJ Greer for 3 games.
Well,
come on.
I think, George Parros spoke like he was essentially pushed into a media veil because of the Radko Gudas suspension. And I thought he did a decent enough job. He fumbled a little bit trying to explain, how the process elevates to in-person versus a conference call hearing. I think that there's a devaluation of the Department of Player Safety and the good experienced people that work inside that department by not being more transparent. Patrick Burke is one of the most articulate human beings in the National Hockey League, works for the Department of Player Safety. Damian Echeverrieta has been there forever. Go down the list. Like, make these men available occasionally, not every single day, but occasionally to do this show, to do shows around the NHL where you can explain the process so we have a deeper layer of context. And we don't. And this one just confuses me. How did he get to 3 games? Knew it would be 5 or less, but I don't know why it's 3 games. And I guess we'll never get a clear explanation as to why that is. I can tell you one thing. If Zary is seriously injured, I mean, is 10 too many? I mean, it's a non-hockey play. Like, he pushed him headfirst into the boards.
Like,
crazy.
The only thing he can be thinking there is attempting to injure the guy. Like, if you're going to make that play, what else is going through your mind, right? Like, it just... Yeah. I don't know. Well, I mean, it's conversation pops up all the time. I don't even want to get to playoff suspensions coming up. Then the spotlight gets out even more, and it's less because it's the playoffs. And
Ooh, boy.
Anyway, Dregs, next episode of Ray and Dregs, like you said, Ray's going to be pretty fired up about the Pacific. That drops tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow. Lots of stuff. Yeah, Ray is on his game right now. You know, goalie interference, the definition of the rule that was sent out by the Penguins, McDavid's comments. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on, so it'll be a good one.
All right, man. We appreciate the time. We'll talk next Monday.
Thanks, guys.
There you go. That is Darren Dreger. He's our GS Construction hockey insider, and he was on the Firehouse Subs hotline when the Oilers win 2 in a row, and they do that sometimes. You get the medium brisket hat trick for just $8.99 with 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area. It's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs, hot, hearty, and made to satisfy. I mean, there's lots of places we can go coming off the Dragon.
No, player safety. They're just trolling. They know that it gets people worked up.
Yeah.
They know that stupid corny narrator voice drives you absolutely nuts.
That's Burke.
It's got everybody complaining.
Yeah,
it's got everybody talking about it.
The voice is just
you are watching a video. You are a human being breathing.
Oh, it's I mean, let me see if I can bring it. I want to.
We used to have fun with that clip back in the
a long time ago.
Yes.
NHL player safety. Let me see
love
if
that
I can.
stuff. That's the good stuff.
Tell me
baby.
that this voice just doesn't drive you insane. Where is it here? Let's unmute this guy.
Friday night in Calgary, Panthers forward AJ Greer was assessed a major penalty and a game misconduct
Tell me this isn't
for
AI.
shoving Flames forward Connor Zary from behind into the boards. As the video shows, Zary attempts to break toward the goal for a pass in the attacking zone, but is hooked by Greer. As Zary regains his balance, the puck bounces into the corner and both players pursue the loose puck. As the players come together again, Greer delivers a two-handed shove to Zary's upper back, which causes him to fall to the ice and slide into the wall dangerously. This is boarding.
Oh, wow.
It is important to note that Greer is in control of this play at all times. First, he hooks Zary enough to cause him to lose his balance slightly. Then, as Zary regains his balance, and at a dangerous distance from the boards, Greer delivers a shove to the upper back of Zary that knocks him to the ice and causes an impact with the wall sufficient for supplemental discipline. If Greer wishes to initiate contact on this play, he must do so in a legal fashion rather than shoving Zary in a way that causes such an impact.
Really? Wow.
To summarize, this is boarding. Greer has been suspended once and fined once during his 316-game NHL career. The Department of Player Safety has suspended AJ Greer for 3 games.
Oh, wow.
See, I love the ending.
Thrilling stuff.
The Department has suspended AJ Greer for 3.
But Dregs makes a great point, guys. If they give him 10 games, is anybody complaining about it? Nobody's going to go, that's too much.
Well,
and they gave him 3. They could have given him 10.
The PO goes through the process.
The Florida Panthers would have appealed and all that. Well, whatever. That's
so
part of the process.
That's so much paperwork. That's a headache.
It's so
Give
pathetic.
3 and let's enjoy the weekend.
It's so pathetic. Like it just everything about it, the execution of it. Okay, here, let's start putting out videos and then talk about everything that happens and then just randomly throw a number at it. Like, that's what they do.
Yes. That's why it's kind of like a lottery. While he's talking, the balls are going around to the thing, and then at the end, it's like they pull one out. Do you think he's a voice actor? Do you think they send away for that? I hope he's a guy that lives in Hollywood.
That's Burke.
Is that
from the committee? I'm pretty sure because they used to do videos with him like standing there first.
I would really like it if it was somebody else totally out of the picture.
K-Pole says, is that the guy from America's Most Wanted?
Walsh.
It
does kind of sound like
I'm not going to read Kevin's text, but you can read that one. Player safety has taken a legendary heel turn. Jill says Peros wasn't pushed into the media veil because of the Gudis hit. He was pushed into it because Connor McDavid called him out. Otherwise, we'd never hear from that clown. Reminder that Connor got 3-game suspension. Crosscheck is the same as running a guy neck first into the boards, I guess. I'm done with it today. I don't want to. Well, I might come back around to it at Gager.
Does McDavid get a suspension for pushing Peros, eh? 3 games.
That's what, yeah. As you can see here.
As you can see.
Oh, man, that guy, that's the worst. All right, so we got That's Good coming up just after 7:30. And then at 7:45, we're going to discuss one of our favorite games to play in Edmonton, management or coaching.
Well, I also made a poll including the players.
Oh, how dare you.
And early on, players leading coaching.
Are you serious?
For blame.
As sometimes we used to say back in the day, are you serial? Remember that? Did anybody else do that? Just me, eh?
Did Dreger throw it a redonkulous? Did he say redonkulous?
I think he did say redonkulous. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, it's a nice Monday show.
Yeah.
It's a good Monday show. If you're watching today, hammer the thumbs up for us over on YouTube. We'd love the support. And sub to the channel if you haven't already. Every time I ask for subs in a passionate plea, we usually get like 10 to 15.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you're listening on the radio today, come support the team at EST and sub to our YouTube channel.
No DOMs, just subs.
That would be great. Come on over and sub to the channel. If you're watching right now, many of you are watching and you haven't subscribed yet either. Come on now. Hit subscribe. Doesn't cost you anything. Think of all the things today. Like, think about how much groceries are. And then you can subscribe for free.
Yep.
I went and got a bag of groceries yesterday. No, I don't want to make this political because I don't really understand it anyway. But I went and got like a bag of groceries that I swear to God, when I was in university, would have cost me like $20. It cost me $89. It was ridiculous.
Damn government.
All those rich farmers out there, right?
That's yeah.
That's my thing. I just all those rich farmers, you guys, you're killing us.
You don't know what it's like living in the city.
Yeah. Let's get to your Play Alberta early bird bet of the day. Play Alberta is the title sponsor of Edmonton Sports Talk. Go to playalberta.ca, click on sports. You'll see EST specials. Click on it. We'll be adding a few more bets as we work our way through the day. But how do I not go? There's only one game in the National Hockey League tonight.
Your Ottawa Senators.
My Ottawa Senators are playing.
Big game.
I would back them against the Rangers.
They're
they got to have
games,
it.
Yeah.
What's the number on the Sens? They must be at least a minus 175. Ooh, minus 196 favorite. That's what, yeah.
What do you got?
I like them, though.
What do you got here?
I'm going to the red hot Los Angeles Lakers.
I know where you're going.
How do you not? I mean, these guys, 9 in a row. They're pulling wins out of everywhere. They're going up against a Pistons team that doesn't have Cade Cunningham.
Sure.
Their best player. So I got Lakers to win. Luka over 29.5 points. He's a walking 35 to 40 right now. And then the greatest player of all time, LeBron James, over 4.5 assists.
It's a hell of a game.
Plus 152. This is going to be a great game tonight. I know many of you don't watch
but a light
association.
night on the ice.
Only one game tonight in the NHL.
Yeah.
Lakers.
You probably
Pistons
can't watch
should
it
be a good
anyway.
one. Yeah, unless you have Prime, you can't watch it anyway. So come join me on the dark side.
Yeah.
And watch the Lakers and Pistons tonight. Should be a lot of fun. But if you want to ride with me, plus 142, Luka over 29.5 points, LeBron over 4.5 assists, Lakers to win, plus 142. They've won 9 in a row, and they just got a good vibe right now. The whole team went golfing yesterday. The whole team. All right, that's good for the Italian Center coming up. How ridiculous is Nikita Kucherov? We're going to get into just how ridiculous he is coming up, and then we're going to continue the conversation. If you fire Knobloch, does it even change anything? Because you still got Jackson and Bowman running a ship that they've slowly allowed to take on water for 2 years.
Yeah, but Tort's behind the bench. Come on.
Can you
It's still up.
can you imagine Torts versus our Edmonton media?
I can.
There would be a fist fight. I give him 6 months. There'd be a fist fight.
That's Iwanik's big. Wasn't he in that scrum, the post game when?
Yeah, Iwanik was reading that one. That was good. All right, let's get to if you're on 95.7, quick traffic update with the lovely Pauline Higgins, and a couple minutes commercials. Then you're right back with us. No reason to go anywhere else. We got you covered. If you're online, we got a sports update brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki, who thinks Greer should have got no games. What? Visit them at 983 1st Street in Sherwood Park.
Action from around the NHL yesterday. The Golden Knights topping the Stars 3-2. Anaheim over Buffalo 6-5 in overtime. Utah also winning in overtime 4-3 over the Kings. Colorado winning in overtime 3-2 over the Caps. Jets over the Rangers 3-2 in a shootout. Carolina dumping Pittsburgh 5-1. Nashville topping Chicago 3-2 in overtime. 4 straight wins now for the Preds as they jump into a wild card spot. Islanders shutting out the Blue Jackets 1-0, and the Flames victorious in overtime. Ryan Strome, the winner, defeating the Lightning 4-3. The Oilers back on the ice tomorrow night. They'll look to snap a 2-game slide in Utah against the Mammoth. Just the lone game tonight, as Dusty mentioned, the Senators 4 points back of a wild card spot. They will visit the New York Rangers. Panthers forward A.J. Greer suspended 3 games for shoving Flames forward Connor Zary into the boards from behind. That play occurred Friday night in Florida's 4-1 loss to the Flames. Oil Kings capping the regular season yesterday with a 7-1 pounding of the Hitmen. They'll open the WHL playoffs at home to the Saskatoon Blades. Game 1 goes Friday night at 7. Game 2 Sunday afternoon at 2 o'clock. The Blue Jays have agreed to a 5-year extension with GM Ross Atkins this morning. He had 1 year remaining on his current contract. They also extended manager John Schneider to a 2-year extension that'll run through 2028. Jays hammering the Rays 14-1 to cap Grapefruit League play yesterday. They'll open their season at home to the Athletics Friday. Opening day in MLB goes on Thursday. Canada would settle for silver at the World Women's Curling Championships, losing 7-5 to Switzerland. The Men's Championships from Utah begin Friday. Matt Dunstone in Canada taking on South Korea. Raptors pounded in the desert 120-98 to the Suns. They're in Utah tonight in one of 10 games in the association. March Madness yesterday, number 9 Iowa taking down number 1 Florida 73-72. Sweet 16 portion of the tournament gets underway on Thursday. And Matt Fitzpatrick, your Valspar Championship winner, he would defeat David Lipsky by a stroke, finishing at 11 under. AJ Eworth, the low Canadian, at 6 under in a tie for 11th. Sports update brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki, where he thinks he's getting better at narrating the Department of Player Safety videos.
Hi there. If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching a button. Thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki as a ninja fighting off evil samurai.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
That I had got to grow the facial hair that make me look fine. He was looking super cool, the ladies, man, how they drool at the shape of a U on his jawline. Well, you look amazing cause you just stopped shaving. The chicks line up so you're always dating. Doesn't make sense to have a full beard. You think it looks cool but it just looks weird. So much to do, so much to win. So grow it ear to ear around your chin. You'll never know if it will grow. So don't shave and just let it go. Hey now, grow a chin strap. Get that hair on your face. Hey now, grow a chin strap. Coolest dude in the place. And now that we are in March, let's all come together and celebrate Charge. It's a cool look, and as you get older, your chin stays warm and your life gets bolder. Hashtag Charge if you're on Twitter. Nelson had a chin strap in his wedding pictures. If you want, you shave it pretty thin. People use their eyes to be staring at your chin. My strap straight fire? How about yours? You're just so popular you never get bored. Hey now, grow a chin strap. Get that hair on your face. Hey now, grow a chin strap. Coolest dude in the place. And now that we
are in Charge, Chin Strap Awareness Month, help us end the stigma around the glorious facial hairstyle of the chin strap. Please tweet me photos of back in the day when you had a chin strap.
You think Maddie caves?
Well, end the stigma. Owanik never cave. You know that. We're coming at you from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studio today. Edmonton Sports Talk is presented by Play Alberta and the Nielson Show, of course, sponsored by Weiss Johnson. Whoa. All right, we're going to get to management or coaching. We're going to play the blame game coming up in about 15 minutes. And while you were doing the sports update, I wrote a blame game jingle. And I AI'd it.
Okay.
And I just put style.
Kind of like a game show
TV jingle. Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, so we'll see. I haven't, it created 2 of them. I haven't listened to them yet. We'll listen to them before we do the blame
Played
game.
over top of the Spider-Man
7:45.
meme of all pointing at each other. Yeah,
It's just like that. Everybody's together. Yeah. All right, let's get into that's a good for the Italian Center. If you're like, oh man, what should we have for dinner tonight? May I suggest you in some Massimo Heat and Serves? They're delicious. May you think about getting your hands on a pizza pie. You take it home, you throw it in the oven in like 10, 12 minutes. It's ready to go. It's the closest thing we've got to the hydrated pizzas in Back to the Future 2.
And they're so great that I've toyed with the idea of taking one sometime and just folding it in half and just going.
Well, I was gonna say
they're the nice thin crust. Like,
well, what about taking one, turning it over, putting it on top of the other one, baking it all?
I've thought there have been some nights where I've kind of dabbled. You can't do that with a royal pie, but you could do it with a Italian center. Like you can do it. The thoughts I have about those pizza pies.
And also pick up some desserts when you're in there because they're delicious. Pizza Boy texts in and says, I want to send in a song for Beer of the Week. What's the best way to send it? Dusty's email? If so, can I get the email address? Yeah, sure, man. Fire away. Dustin at EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Dustin at EdmontonSportsTalk.com is where you can send it, Pizza Boy, and maybe we'll play it on Friday. Who knows? All right, that's good for the Italian Center. Nikita Kucherov is doing things that nobody has done in the last 30 years. Not McDavid, not McKinnon, not Crosby, not Ovechkin, not Patty Kane. Name all of your brilliant offensive guys. He's doing things that have not been done since Mario and Wayne. First of all, he's the first player with 75 points over a 33-game stretch since Mario did it in 95-96. Like, Connor McDavid has had some all-time hot streaks, but not that. 75 points over a 33-game streak. Has not been done in 30 years.
Didn't have to play the Olympics.
He's rested. That's what it is.
But go on.
The only players in league history with a 40-goal and a 100-assist season: Wayne, Mario, Kucherov. The only players in league history with 5 consecutive 3-point road games: Wayne, Mario, Kucherov. Like, this guy needs to get more respect, right? Like, you watched it firsthand on Saturday. It's like he's on a stealth mission. He's like a shark patrolling the waters, and then bam, got you for a goal. Bam, got you for an assist. Bam, for another assist. Bam, for another goal. Like, he's on this is like the way we view this is the Connor McDavid era. Kucherov's about to win his 3rd consecutive Art Ross. Doesn't have a Hart Trophy, or he has a Hart Trophy, but he got it the first time he won his Art Ross. I think it was in 18-19. If he wins the Art Ross again this year and doesn't win the Hart Trophy, he'll have to be the only player in the history of the game that went a 3-year stretch of winning Art Rosses without a Hart. Like, there's no way that's happened before. So this guy he deserves more love.
Well, if he played better defense.
He's also a troll too. Remember after they won the cup and he wore the T-shirt about the cap?
Yes, which you love.
I hated it at the time, but
no, you got to respect.
Now I look back on it, I go, that's pretty funny.
You got to respect.
Yeah. So, that's good. Trev.
He's awesome.
I mean, what do you say about this guy? Like,
he's a winger.
And he's a winger.
Yeah, he's great. Man, I love Cooch. I do a video every year, like ranking the top 10 players in the NHL, and I always have him in my top 5. I usually put Draisaitl ahead of him, I feel like, but I mean, like, going forward, like, for me, for a lot of people, I feel like he has to be top 3 for sure. You could argue like top 2. You could argue maybe 1. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, at times, that's history. We're watching history right now. McDavid hasn't done what he's doing. McKinnon hasn't done what he's doing.
And he's got multiple Stanley Cups.
Yeah, like,
McKinnon doesn't have multiple Stanley Cups, and Connor doesn't have a Stanley Cup.
Yeah, it's so impressive. Just a fascinating talent to watch. And very opposite, Brian Engblom, I believe, is who Reed and Jay had on Friday to preview the Lightning and Oilers game. And he's just talking about the stats and the NHL Edge Tracker or whatever, the new thing that they have on the NHL app this year. But speed bursts, what McDavid was able to do, we see it. His 20-kilometer-an-hour speed burst that he has, it was like well over 150. Cooch is like not even 20. He hasn't even done it 20 times, right? So it's just completely...
He's like an assassin.
Yeah, man. He slows the game down a lot, and it's pretty cool. I know Patty Maroon, when he went there, he was like, man, like, I thought I was impressed watching McDavid in practice, but the stuff that Cooch would do in practice, the way he'd get the puck off the boards, it's stuff I've never seen. The way he practices, the drills that he has, it's just like, I didn't even know those were things you could practice. So yeah, it's pretty cool to watch, and he doesn't come from much, which is pretty cool as well. He's got a cool story, but an unreal talent, man. Just it's awesome.
Yeah, I think he deserves more love. Yeah,
no, he absolutely does. Like again, like a few years ago, he's the most underrated player in the NHL. But it's funny that I'm kind of thinking that again. Like he is the best player right now in the NHL. He's playing like the best player, but you could argue he's the most underrated as well because he's not getting the attention that he should be getting. So it's nice to be talking about Cooch right now. He
just put together his 6th 100-point season. He's at 119 points. He'll probably finish with around 130.
Yeah,
which will be the second best of his career. 2 years ago, he had 144. So yeah, he torched the Oilers on Saturday, but I guess what we're saying is it wasn't one-off.
No.
He's been that good for 3 months. And it's remarkable.
So he's to blame.
Well, especially when he came out in postgame and criticized the other team's coach. Right? He came out and said, "We were coached perfectly. The other guys don't look like they rehearsed much."
Yes.
He didn't say that. But he's fun to watch, man. He is fun to watch. All right, let's switch gears over to the Oilers conversation. We dove into it a little bit in the what?
No, not this.
Oh,
just
funny.
No,
transition.
switching gears.
Oh, yeah. No. A little bit of a different vibe with the Oilers right now. We did play it in the 6 o'clock hour. Connor McDavid coming out talking about how the Tampa Bay Lightning are perfectly coached. Everything's rehearsed. I don't want to play the clip.
Can we play it again?
We already did it. No, we already
slow it down.
We already
cut it down 50%.
We already gave it to you. I'll give you the quotes. How's that? I'll give you the quotes. They've got a great system. They're perfectly coached. They all know what they're doing all over the ice. It's impressive. They are a great team. They are extremely well coached and they're extremely well organized. They're very, very rehearsed in everything they do. It's very impressive. And when you do break them down, they've got a heck of a goalie to backstop them. Is he also calling out Ingram?
Absolutely, he is. Absolutely.
I mean, technically, if you think he's calling out the coach.
Well, no, it's all going to be there.
And then in regards, I think it was Rashog that asked him about how the Oilers can get to that. McDavid said, that's a coaching question. You can ask Knobber that question. Obviously, we've been playing together for a long time. We feel like we're somewhat rehearsed and organized, but not to their level. So Connor McDavid saying the Tampa Bay Lightning are perfectly coached, extremely well organized, and very rehearsed, and then saying his team is somewhat rehearsed and organized, but not to their level.
Yeah, it'd be tough for him to say, yes, we are very rehearsed and organized.
I think somebody texted in and said they saw Elliot Friedman on 32 Thoughts said that this stuff needs to be hashed out in the dressing room and not in the media.
Well, yeah.
Which, I mean, that's
and I'm sure there's more. I'm sure we here listening to Postgame is not all the conversations that are happening surrounding this locker room. I'm sure there's a lot more going on.
Yeah, I'm sure they're trying to sort some stuff out maybe in the room. All right, so we're going to play the blame game. 780-218-9999. It's easy.
Now, what prizes are up for grabs? Do we have any sort of, are we giving away a DVD or anything? Could we,
no, not yet.
Does anybody get for a correct answer?
We got 20 clear plastic cups over there. Give those away. Actually, I got the blame game jingle. So while Eric was doing these, but these both might suck.
No, well,
I haven't listened to them yet. While Eric was doing the sports update, I was like, oh, we should come up with a blame game jingle.
So would you get the blame or Pizza Boy gets the blame for if the song sucks?
No, Pizza Boy, he sent in something for Beer of the Week.
Oh, that was a Beer of the Week.
This is just, I just made this 2 seconds ago. Let's see how it
you're
sounds.
The blame, then,
for the blame game.
Yeah. Who's to blame? Who's to blame? Coaching or management? Let's play the game. The blame game. The blame game. It's always the same. Coaching or management? Who's to blame?
All right, I mean that's like a Showtime jingle. Let's hear the other one.
Who's to blame? Who's to blame? Who's to blame?
Nah.
They're too songy.
yeah.
They need to be more.
Give me another style here. What?
Can you do game show? Like, is there a game show? Just game show.
And upbeat.
Like, it's just,
let's do game show upbeat.
They're trying to do it like a song here. As a kind of.
Yeah. I just want like a little jingo.
In and out. A real punchy type.
See what they come up with. Anyway, you did post a poll on this.
Well, I did, yeah. On my
I was originally
Twitter.
talking coaching or management.
Yeah.
But you did throw players in the mix.
Yeah, and
the results are stunning.
Yeah, some people, obviously, when it comes to polls, all the above. Ownership, no. Management, coaching, players, who's to blame? Early days, management, 46.7. Now, players was ahead of coaching earlier. That's now changed. Coaching now 34.8. Players, 18.5.
Okay, sorry. Give me those numbers again.
Management, 46.7.
Yeah. Okay.
Coaching, 34.8.
Okay.
Players, 18.5.
All right.
So I didn't think players would last in that second spot.
No,
they were up early.
no.
But it is still fascinating that they do have and that's now 17.3. But they're
just
still
shy
up
of
there.
20% of the blame as well.
Again, to your point earlier as well, and talking about McDavid and defensive responsibilities, and this is all the players. I mean, this is not just him, but.
Who's to blame?
No, I don't want that. I want a jingle. I want a jingle. I don't want this. That's the same thing. Never mind. It's not going to work today. That's all right.
Well, I don't blame you. I blame the.
Well, obviously,
the damn
AI doesn't.
program. No,
AI doesn't
that's who I
read my
blame.
mind.
Yeah.
They don't understand what I watch. Trev, coaching or management? Who should be taking more heat right now? Because you know what's going to happen. If they go out in the first round, they're going to fire Knobloch because Bowman gets to have his hire.
Yeah.
Then he'll hire somebody that he's got history with, and we'll go from there. And we'll be having the conversation in 2 years, and then they'll fire Bowman, and then the new guy will come in, and then that coach will last a little bit longer, and then that guy will get his coach. Trev, what say you?
Can I include the players in this? I know you said
if you want, yeah. I mean,
Trev,
Rick, put him on the thing.
I'm sorry, it's going to be a lame answer, but all of the above.
Oh, come on, man.
Respect
all
of
the integrity
above.
of the poll.
Not allowed. Not allowed.
Like, I'm trying to narrow it down.
You got to pick one.
I'm trying to narrow it down, but they all just connect so much right now.
Well, make a case for each one then. If you're doing all the
Well, it's like, is this a good enough team? No, I don't think they're going to go far, so I blame the management. Are they getting ready for the games? No. Do I blame the players or do I blame the coach for that? Because maybe I'll go with the coach right now because no, I don't think this team. I think this team is a lot better than what they are right now.
The makeup that the management is given is better than what you're seeing. So
I don't think it's a great team, but I mean, we're talking like how this team is coached right now is on pace. Like I said earlier, the Calgary Flames last year without Connor McDavid, the Calgary Flames we're talking about, like a fringe, they were almost a playoff team. They didn't quite make it last year, but last year they finished with more points than what the Oilers are on pace for this year.
Yeah.
And they don't have Connor McDavid. They don't have Leon Draisaitl. They don't have, Evan Bouchard, Matthias Ekholm, Zach Hyman, Nuge. They don't have those huge pieces. So I got to go to the coach. Like, I'm sorry. They look flat. Connor McDavid, he looks defeated after his post game, and that's not just the first time I've seen that all season long.
He could also just be bloody exhausted.
Yeah, and there's that.
He's played a ton of hockey.
Yeah, like I think the motivation there for sure is when you lose, and when you lose, like I feel like when you win and you win and you win, it's a lot easier to be motivated, I feel like. Because after time and time and time again,
you're not as tired.
It just gets tiring, right? Like you fall up short. So, and then again, the Oilers' last win was against San Jose. I loved the lines there. I thought they were great. I was like, this is awesome. What does he do for Florida?
He mixed up the lines for both games since.
And I don't necessarily agree with that. I never have wanted.
I'm confused by it.
Yeah, like what?
Yeah,
I question changing the lines on a winning game. Like I never would do it personally. And then you do it, and then you fall short. So there's that. So yeah, I'm going with coaching.
See, I like you talked it out, and then you eventually found your answer.
I found it.
Yeah.
Arthur over on the YouTube chat says, now Frederick is hurt. Great. Just when he was playing mediocre. Just when he was. Yeah. Arthur, I mean, we shouldn't laugh, but that is a very accurate, hilarious text. I can't believe they lost Frederick right when he was playing mediocre.
He was warming up.
Can I throw a little bit of a wrench?
Are you going to the top?
Yes.
There's a lot of people saying ownership. A lot of people saying ownership,
look, man. We've been talking about this for a decade now.
The one constant.
And I know that ownership has a ton of money and is willing to spend, and I think that's great.
Mm-hmm. Very.
But I don't know if you can sit here over the last 2.5 years and be like, this has been smoothly run, and a lot of the buttons have been pushed right to the top. I don't think you sit there and
there
go,
have been
this
times where
which
you
is
could-
embarrassing.
Well,
like you miss that much when you're gifted McDavid and Leon. That's embarrassing. Sorry. Continue.
780-218-9999 Orca Drivers in. It says, hey guys, I didn't know we were on holidays. Why are we rebroadcasting the show after the 15th game of the year?
Bones blames the media.
Oh, of course. I mean, there's a little bit. There's a little bit into that. Deaky Spark says, who's to blame is like the multiple Spider-Mans all pointing at each other meme, but the Spider-Mans have clown wigs on because this organization is a circus. The GM basically is the high wire walker. Everyone gasps with every move he makes. Some just come to see him fall.
I like giving circus acts to the different coaching men, who does what. I don't mind that. That's a good way of going about it.
Poop Stains texts in and says, fire Jackson. He had no managerial experience, goes out, signs guys like Skinner and Arvidsson. He should stick to being an agent.
Well,
BB texts in and says, McDavid isn't coming out as a true leader. Tired or not, that's not the way to address inter-team issues, even if Knobloch is clueless.
Good point.
Rip City Step continues to add on his list of things that YouTube Trev hates. Stu Skinner when he's not playing awesome. Wayne Gretzky, Trey Ford, Knobloch, McDavid and Draisaitl when they play together. Strummy, SGA's shoes, the current generation of Saturday Night Live, the joy in Hernan's eyes, the Irish, paying for parking in civil order, lateral moves, Kapanen at 1.3 million, people doubting Ike Howard, insurance payments, Happy Gilmore 2, Mangiapane, short baths, customer service, the Skinner trade, having to blink, following through on promises to listeners, and answering poll questions properly. That's the 22nd thing on the list.
Man, that's awesome.
That's a pretty accurate list of things you hate, man.
Yeah, man. The last 5 or 6 are spot on. Very good. Very good.
Huge shout out to Rip City Step for tracking 23 different things that Trev has hated.
I don't remember a few of those things. I don't know why. The Irish? Did I come in here?
Yeah.
St. Patty's Day? I love St. Patty's Day.
That's further back on the list. I can't remember you hating the Irish.
What did I say? I hate the Irish? That's crazy. Yeah. I never said that. That's funny, though. Thank you, Rip.
Many people seem to think that Knobloch is on his last legs heading towards the postseason. So let me ask you this, Rick. What does Knobloch need to accomplish in the playoffs to actually be around when his new contract begins?
Not get bounced in the opening round.
That's enough, eh?
I think so. Because, again, you mentioned the new contract thing. You can't.
If he gets bounced in the opening round, I think the consensus from the fan base would be fire him.
Oh, yeah.
If they make it to the conference final, which I still think they will, call me a homer if you want. I mean, I spent most of the year ripping the team, but I still think because this division sucks, their playoff experience will shine through and they'll make it to the conference final. If they make it to the conference final, I think he's got to stay.
Because I think if they win an opening round, then you can switch to the narrative, well, it wasn't going to be our year anyway.
Well, it'll
be a lot more easier to digest as opposed to not making it through the first round.
If they win the first round and lose in the second round,
then you can.
All bets are off.
No, but
I think all bets are off.
But I think then you can crack up. I think you can also use that excuse, and I think they will. That it wasn't. I know what you're saying. You can take that to the conference final, and that's when it's used. I think it could be used as early as the second round.
So you think if he makes second round, he's back?
I'm not framing it that he's back. I'm just framing they won't go away with him because they can use the excuse and the reason that, we're gonna wait till you see where we got cooked up this summer, and then it'll all be because again with the 3-year deal, I think they can use that get out of jail free card, getting bounced in the second round, as opposed to having to go all the way to the conference final. Just my.
The Gourdfather texts in and says, "It's coaching for me. He's been called out 3 times since they lost out last year by his superstars. They look lost out there all the time. Look at the D Tampa dressed on Saturday. You can't tell me those 6 are more talented or better than the 6 the Oilers dressed. They look lost in their own zone often and are just chasing pucks."
Okay.
Also, for the record, I'd fire coach and both of the guys in management.
But let's talk about coaching.
Clean slate.
Not just Knobloch, too. I mean, this was all supposed to be addressed when Coffey came back, right? That's what I heard. Shh. No, but I'm not trying to lump on here, but right? I mean, to what the Gourdfather said in his text, that was all supposed to be signed off and sealed away. No problems anymore with the coaching staff.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's not wrong. And that was what they thought. That was the big post-Olympic move, right? Like,
that's what I heard. That's what everybody was telling me.
The season. Jeremy says, "I wouldn't normally dig too deep into McDavid's comments, except if he kind of goes off and brings it up without being prompted." Right? Yeah, he was asked about Kucherov and ended up getting into the coaching.
And the Gourdfather, I don't necessarily. It's not the money attached to Knobloch's deal. I just think it's it would be the optics of it.
Yeah, and Daryl
especially when you're going out.
Money, he's a multi-billionaire.
Yeah, it's not about the money. I think it's just the optic of it, and the optic of the Mangiapane thing. You go out and you get somebody, or you do something, or you make a deal with something, and immediately you're walking it back or walking away from it. I think optically, the money. I'm not saying the money would have any bearing on that.
H.E. Pennypacker is in and says, "Plot twist: this team is not making the playoffs." Playoffs? Playoffs? They're making the playoffs.
Not making it in this division this year would be.
They would have to
seismically.
I mean, if they can't make the playoffs in the Pacific Division this year, when it's one of the worst in the history of the National Hockey League, everybody should be fired. You might as well just clean house, start right over.
Eternal audit, if you will.
But they're going to make the playoffs. Like, here's where they're at today. They're in 3rd in the Pacific. They got 77 points. Well, they're 4 points up on the Kings.
I'm not looking so much.
And the Kings got a game in hand.
Yeah.
I'm going to stand by it.
Man. It's going to be close.
The Kraken are fading.
We're panicking here. You guys are panicking. They're going to make the playoffs.
What's their next 11 games?
So I got the rest of the schedule right in front of me.
You read theirs, I'll read the Kings.
Ooh.
I think can we just say today the Sharks
are probably going to come up short. Kraken are
fading. And they're never really,
Okay, so the Oilers get the Mammoth.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be a tough game.
Yeah.
They get the Golden Knights in Vegas. I think they'll beat the Golden Knights. Then
do you want to hear the Kings week real quickly?
Sure, yeah.
The Kings are in Calgary tomorrow and in Vancouver Thursday.
Oh no.
Come on, Calgary.
But let's go on. That's not the whole season.
Okay, so then the next 2 games for the Oilers are Ducks and Kraken.
The Kings are then on a 6-game homestand. No, 7-game homestand.
Oh no.
Which is capped by the Oilers visiting April 11th. That's the cruise.
We gave away tickets to that game.
The one.
That could be a massive game.
But the Kings are at home for 7. The previous 6 before the Oilers one includes the Mammoth, the Blues, who are still playing good hockey.
Yeah.
Preds.
They're in a playoff spot. That's a huge game. That's a massive game.
Leafs, Preds again, and then Canucks.
2 games against the Preds
on that 7-game homestand. That'll
good
be
for Nashville.
Nashville's just ahead of the Kings right now. Yeah,
I'm happy for them.
So the Oilers go Mammoth, Golden Knights, Ducks, Kraken. And then in April, 7 games to wrap the year, Chicago, Golden Knights again, Mammoth again, at the Sharks, at the Kings, home versus the Avalanche, home versus the Canucks.
The Kings will finish 3 on the road in Seattle, in Vancouver, in Calgary.
Oh, man. Kings got a cupcake schedule the rest of the way.
Comparatively speaking, I think.
Now, that being said, I think the Golden Knights should also be worried about the Kings. I mean, the Golden Knights are 1 point up on the others, and they've sucked.
They might be the worst
position. That's pretty juicy for Kenny Holland's Kings here.
Well, how bad does he want that, eh?
Very much so, I would think. So in the Oilers' last 11 games, I'm going to say they milk 13 points out of it. That would get them to 90 points.
We're just milking.
11 games.
All you got to do is milk.
That would be 6 wins, 4 losses, and a shootout overtime loss. That'll get you 13 points. Some people might say I'm a little too...
you have been called a homer before.
Too optimistic.
Yeah.
Vance Van Vandersen. Holy.
Okay, just...
Vance Van Vander Van text in. It says, Oilers Kings round 1, calling it now. Not unfathomable.
God bless the divisional rounds.
7 o'clock hour has been brought to you by GameSense. When gambling, set a budget before you play. Stay informed. Visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, use your GameSense. Fun conversation there. Well, we need somebody to play kind of easy trivia. The new streak's at 4-0. Who wants to play? Gift certificate to Mr. Mike's is up for grabs. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. If you're listening over on 95.7, that is where you can text us. Stick around. Couple minutes of commercials. Quick traffic update with the lovely Pauline Higgins. Then you'll be back with the boys. We got 3 questions too many coming up. Kind of easy trivia. Joaquin Gage is going to join us. We got the wrap for William Huff. And more time for your text messages and reaction to Connor McDavid loving John Cooper. We'll get into that.
And who can blame him?
How many of you are in for 3 questions? I mean, Dusty, what's it going to take to get Cooper out of Tampa? If I was Tampa, I would give Cooper like a chunk of the organization just to keep that dude around.
A buy-in. Yeah,
straight up, man. Here's 2%. Stick around.
Here's an option, a stock option.
Ooh, stock options. Those are very cool, eh? Stock
Sure,
options.
yeah.
God, I don't even know what that. I don't even know what that is.
It doesn't matter. It sounds.
But it sure sounds cool.
You're taking it.
Oh, give me some stock options.
Yeah,
I'll take some stock
sign me up,
options.
yeah.
All right, who wants to play trivia? Text Trevor now, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. If you're listening on TuneIn or on iHeart or over on YouTube, if you're on YouTube, hammer the thumbs up for us. So where are we at here? We changing 200 yet? We got to be close. 11 away, so let's blow through 200. We got a sports update brought to you by the great staff at Windsor Plywood Leduc. Locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and the surrounding area since 1993. Doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course, plywood.
Windsor, the experts you need to know.
Go see the knowledgeable staff at Windsor Plywood Leduc.
Oilers back in action tomorrow in Utah, looking to snap a 2-game slide. The lone game in the NHL tonight. We'll see the Senators 4 points back of a wildcard spot, visiting the Rangers. Panthers forward A.J. Greer suspended 3 games yesterday for shoving Flames forward Connor Zary into the boards from behind during Friday night's loss in Calgary. Action from around the league yesterday. Vegas up on Dallas 3-2. Golden Knights now a point up on the Oilers for second in the division, even on games played. Ducks winning in overtime 6-5 against the Sabres. They're 5 points up on the Oilers for first with a game in hand. Kings falling in overtime to the Mammoth 4-3. They're 4 points back of the Oilers with a game in hand. Colorado over Washington 3-2 in overtime. Jets over the Rangers 3-2 in a shootout. Carolina hammering Pittsburgh 5-1. Nashville make it 4 straight wins for the Preds as they move into a wild card spot with a 3-2 overtime win in Chicago. Islanders blanking the Jackets 1-0. And Calgary over Tampa 4-3 in overtime. NFL news, the Seahawks this morning extending wide receiver Jackson Smith-Njigba to a 4-year, $168.6 million deal. The Edmonton Oil Kings wrapping the regular season yesterday with a 7-1 beatdown of the Hitmen. They draw the Saskatoon Blades in the opening round of the WHL playoffs. That gets underway Friday here at Rogers Place, 7 o'clock, Game 2 Sunday at 2. The Blue Jays have agreed to a 5-year extension with GM Ross Atkins, which will run through the end of the 31 season. Manager John Snyder also receiving an extension, 2-year extension through 2028. Jays wrapping Grapefruit League play with a 14-1 win over the Rays yesterday. They'll open the regular season Friday at home to the Athletics. Opening day in the big leagues gets underway on Thursday. Canada settling for silver at the World Women's Curling Championships as they would fall 7-5 to Switzerland. The men's championships from Utah begin Friday. Matt Dunstone in Canada will take on South Korea. Raptors hammered in the desert, 120-98 by the Suns. They're back on the court tonight in Utah in one of 10 games. Number 9, Iowa, taking down number 1, Florida, 73-72 in March Madness second-round action. The Sweet 16 portion of the tournament will get underway Thursday. Matt Fitzpatrick winning the Valspar Championship by 1 stroke over David Lipsky. He finished 11 under. A.J. Ewert, the low Canadian, at 6 under in a tie for 11th. Sports update. Brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and the surrounding area since 1993. Doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course, plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff at Windsor Plywood Leduc.
small town boy living in the big city. Got something shiny on his wrist, so pretty. Negotiations for a phone he did not budge. Got the new Google Pixel and they threw it away. Ciao! First watch, got the time on his wrist. First watch, now here's the twist. First watch, you know what's really neat. First watch, it tracks his heartbeat. What time is it? Now he knows. What's the weather? It's looking like snow. Does it have an alarm? Wake up after he slept. Have you walked today? How many steps? First watch, got the time on his wrist. First watch, now here's the twist. First watch, you know what's really neat. First watch, it tracks his heartbeat.
808 on the Nielson Show. Thank you very much for being here today. -8 in the Edmonton area now. Looking for a high of +3 for today. Joaquin Gage, former Edmonton Oiler. He's going to join us just after 8:30 this morning. And we'll get his thoughts on the Oilers and the Lightning, the play of Kucherov, the comments from McDavid. There's lots to break down there. Maybe we'll get Gager to play the old blame game as well. We've got the wrap for William Huff still to come. We're coming at you with the Popeyes Louisiana
the
Kitchen.
blame game.
Let's bring... It's a blame game.
Come on down,
It's always
Joaquin
the
Gage.
same. It's a blame game. Who's the blame? Who's the blame? It's a blame game.
You could win a used copy of Arlington Road.
No, because Trev has that right now.
Yeah, making the rounds after he watches it.
Watch the damn movie, man.
I know that was, I was going to say for my good, it was the only thing I didn't do this weekend on that list.
I don't think that's good.
So, yeah, no, that like,
ugly.
I said, I was like, I had a great weekend.
There's one game in the National Hockey League tonight. It's a Monday night.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think what I've heard in the past is the best night to watch Arlington Road is Mondays.
What they say.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a thing. Look it up. You can Google it.
I'd rather do it on a Monday then. So, yeah, I'll do it today.
I also Googled what a stock option is.
That's so weird.
Because I've heard about it, right? Oh, you get stock options.
Yeah.
So here's what a stock option is.
Okay.
Stock options are financial contracts that grant the right, but not the obligation, to buy a call option or sell a put option, a specific number of shares at a predetermined price within a set time frame. They're used as investment tools for speculation, hedging, or as employee equity compensation to share in company profits.
That's a lot there.
I still don't technically understand what they are.
Technical jargon. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so crazy. Because on Friday, the first time I ever heard of stock options was when I was bowling. My buddy was just like, yeah, I'm looking at stock options. And
through his work?
Yeah, through his work. Yeah. He's
Just in
kind of, he
general.
knows some guys,
Just looking
has
at 'em.
some connections. He's like, yeah, I'm kind of looking. I'm like, oh, this is fascinating.
Oh, please tell me, good sir, about your stock options.
I was a few beers in, and he was trying to dumb it down for me. I'm like, this is riveting stuff. And I still don't know.
Was he talking about the call options or the put options?
I don't know.
Oh, you're okay. Somebody's been
about
doing
stock
their
options.
research.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing I know about the stock market is
Bulls
that
and Bears.
SNL skit Tracy Morgan had when he was living down in the sewer, and he had that fake phone. He would just pick it up and go, buy, sell.
Yeah.
I can't remember what that guy's name was. That was a funny bit.
Well, Martin Prince gave his dad gave him
Simpsons?
some. Yeah, he got
He had stock options?
soy. And then they bought it, and then he sold it, and it was all.
Anyway, if you're curious, Eric and I, not big stock guys.
No.
All right, the 8 o'clock hour of the Nielsen Show is brought to you by GD Liquidators, Auctions, and Appraisals. Mention EST and you get 5% of anything new or used. Don't miss their monthly online auctions either. www.gdliquidators.com. They're Canadian-owned and operated. Make them your first call. 780-447-2787. It really is a wonderful place to visit. You'll go in there and be like, I need this, and I need this, and I need this, and I didn't even know I needed that. 14510 124th Avenue. 3 questions too many coming up. We do need one more question for 3 questions too many. Gager's going to join us just after 8:30, and then we'll have the wrap for William Huff. But let's start with a little kind of easy trivia. We've hit 4 in a row. Solid bounce back after a week ago today. Rob the Worst blew our other streak at 39 in a row.
Sausage.
Kind of easy trivia brought to you by Feast Mode at Mr. Mike's Steakhouse Casual. Feast Mode has been activated. For just $39.99, you'll choose between the Emperor's Caesar salad or the rustic onion soup. And then you'll add a 6-ounce sirloin with lobster butter or the grilled chicken surf combo. Feast Mode activated at Mr. Mike's. Trev, who's playing kind of easy trivia today, buddy?
Playing today is Lower Management.
See? Lower Management's playing today, see? It's a gentleman's sweep show. Fun time. Can you imagine us at least getting one gentleman's sweep show after this season?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
It was what we need.
We'd take it.
I say, even if they lose in a gentleman's sweep, we still do gentleman's sweep show. It's just a sadder gentleman's sweep show.
Still find a way to do it.
A sad gentleman's
sad gentleman's
Indubitably.
This season was a disappointment, indubitably. All right, Lower Management's going to play. Let's go to Lower Management. Needs to get 3 out of 5 correct to take the streak to 5 in a row. Lower Management, you ready to go, buddy?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Travel Star, the ticker. I have to read the first question. Good luck, man. Who did the Oilers lose to on Saturday?
The Lightning.
What position does Andrei Vasilevsky play?
Goaltender.
Who has more points this season, Kucherov or McDavid?
Kucherov.
Who does McDavid think is a better coach, John Cooper or Chris Knobloch?
Cooper.
Which league's regular season will start later this week?
Who cares?
4 out of 5.
Wow.
Not a baseball guy.
Wow.
No! God. Damn it, Shake, stop it!
They are going to remember that AM radio is a viable and modern source for news and entertainment.
Totally.
People don't listen to AM like they used to. Seems like it's more about FM and color TV.
That's stupid.
It sure is, Kevin.
I'm stoked. You stoked?
I'm stoked.
Just stoked.
You cannot come to my house. No, not today.
Cannot come to my house. No, not today.
Monday morning club meet loop. We've hit 5 in a row.
Feels good.
Feels really nice, doesn't it?
Get that club meet loop going again.
Back on track.
The week starts now.
A very successful weekend. I won. We played a game of life yesterday morning, and I beat the kids and Tam.
You fill that little van up?
Oh yeah, just 7 people in there.
Yeah,
50,000 per at the end of the game.
Yeah.
I love the game of life. It's a lot of fun. So I was, what was I? I was, I didn't like this. I was a politician.
Oh.
I don't want to be a politician. Okay. Politicians get on my nerves, but I had to take it. It was a $70,000 salary.
You're an independent, though. Like,
yeah. I was from the work less party, and the whole game I just kept talking about going to a 4-day work week, and I kept saying after I said it, I go, "That's the life." Anyway, so the kids were rolling through it, and I kind of came up with some investments at the end and ended up stealing it from them. And Marsh and Muzz were both furious with Daddy.
Some stock options.
Oh yeah. Well, that was the thing. I actually had an investment. People kept rolling 6, and I kept getting $50,000 every time they rolled 6. So it was, Trev, you ever played the game of life?
Many moons ago, but
Long
yes,
time ago.
I have, yes.
Yeah, I think it's had a bit of a resurgence. Well, at least in our house.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a fun game, and
it.
it's like a half hour. You're in and out.
Really?
Yeah.
I always thought it was
hours. No, maybe a new Game of Life is a quicker version than the old Game of Life, but it's,
it was fun. I liked life. Good game.
Yeah, it was a fun game. Mm-hmm. Well, let's get back to the Oilers. Gage is going to join us just after 8:30, but we're going to get into 3 questions too many. We do need one more question for 3 questions too many. It can be, what do we got? We got an Oilers question. We got an NHL question. So it's kind of open. Anything you have, send it over, 780-218. It could be on-sports question.
Could be hockey.
Hockey question, sure. Oilers question. Baseball question. It doesn't matter.
Baseball. Unsigned text. Who cares about baseball? With an attitude like that, no wonder you're only Lower Management. It's a bit of a shot
Upper
across the bow
management
here.
would care about
So,
baseball.
yeah.
We've also been looking at text messages with this clip today. This is from March Madness. High Point.
Throw on the glass slipper. It's a Cinderella story.
Knobloch being the head coach of this team next year.
Throw on the glass slipper. It's a Cinderella story.
Send in your throw on the glass slipper. It's a Cinderella story text. Could be how you get your hands on the Royal Pizza text of the day.
Royal Pizza.
It's the text of the day. Keep them coming in. We had some really funny ones in the 6 o'clock hour. All right, let's get in 3 questions too many. Lieutenant Eric, you have a liner for the segment.
3 questions too many, brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki, where he plays the game of life every day. Park Mazda, your dealer for life.
And he wins at it. He wins at the game of life.
Real life. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Changing 200.
Nice. Let's change 300. If you're watching on YouTube right now, don't save that thumbs up. There's no reason to. It was completely wasted if you don't use it by the end of the show.
Can't take them with you.
So hammer the thumbs up for us. That would be greatly appreciated. If you're listening on 95.7 Cruise FM today, slide on over to YouTube, Edmonton Sports Talk. Sub to the channel. Hammer the thumbs up. Let's do it. Question number 1. How is Knobloch a good enough coach to take the Oilers to 2 Stanley Cup finals, but is the main problem now?
Because he was the coach of a team that got to 2 Stanley Cup finals, would be my answer.
Can I throw this theory?
You can.
I got a theory. I got a crazy theory. Okay. Let's see what people say. He had better rosters the last 2 years. I know. It's nuts.
And perhaps a better staff?
You know, we've not mentioned it yet today, but Glenn Gulletson is sorely missed.
I would think
sorely missed.
Like, and that's why when we say
that's
coaching,
that might be the answer.
When we say coaching, it's not just the head. Like, yes, he's the head coach, but coaching should take the whole coaching staff. That's coaching.
Yeah, the Glenn Gulletson thing. Now Gully coaches a team that's significantly better.
Yes, his second crack with them too. Like, had a great relationship with some of the players, right?
I mean, they probably should have looked to Gully when they brought in Knobloch.
This goes to the whole Skinner Jari thing again. You could have taken a look. There was a look that was never.
Well, you could have taken a look at Ingram when they had
That's
Skinner.
what I'm saying.
So you wouldn't have had to trade for Jari.
Not the same thing. Obviously, it's a player thing and a coach, but yeah. Not.
I mean, I would have had to have thought that there would have been support from the players to let Gulletson, because they like McDavid and Draisaitl, all those guys, by all accounts, absolutely love Glenn Gulletson. So I have a hard time believing that they would have gone to the players. I mean, what do you think? And those guys would have been like, no, there's no way. So it's almost like there were outside people pushing for Knobloch to become the head coach of the team. Interesting. Question number 2. What do you guys think it would take for someone to be suspended for more than 5 games in today's National Hockey League?
Pulling a shank?
I think there's only one thing. Well, Malkin got 5 games for the two-hander. I mean, that was an easy one, though. Probably should have been more. It was a 2-hand slash right to somebody's head.
Using a weapon, yeah.
Yeah, they seem to be pretty stern on the stick ones.
Yeah, but not stern enough.
Yeah, still not
like
stern
Malkin.
enough. Like those are
straight up chopped the guy.
Yeah.
And that should have been 10 games. And I love Evgeny Malkin, but that should have been 10 games.
Yeah.
And he only got 5. So the question is, what do you like? We just saw Evgeny Malkin slash somebody in the head and neck and get 5 games. What does it take to get more than 5 games in the National Hockey League today? We know that a push in the back only gets you 3. Straight into the boards from a dangerous spot after you already hooked the guy, caused him to be off balance. The only thing I can think of is the old classic chicken wing elbow to the head.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can think of. Because I'm going to need more examples. Ryan from Sask says, the old Happy Gilmore take off your skate and try to stab someone. 6 games.
6 games.
Bruins fan Chris says probably a significant injury, like a player being paralyzed or something, because this league's player safety is an effing joke. Here's the thing. You could cross-check somebody right in the back, put them into the boards, paralyze them, and the NHL would say, oh, this guy doesn't have a history. We have to go light on him because he hasn't been suspended before.
Phone hearing.
That's how ridiculous they are. It's awful. It's a black eye on the league. They know it's an issue, and they do nothing about it. So I can't tell you what it would take to get more than 5 games now.
But probably until, as Bruins fan Chris says, something happens in which the whole point
then
of players
too
say,
late.
then it's too late.
That's
You're
too late.
doing this to take that stuff out and to set a precedent to say, ooh, we don't want to get to that point. But yes, getting to that point will be the time when people wake up and they're like, oh, well, didn't see this coming.
Keep those thoughts coming in, 780-218-9999. All right, let's dive into our third question today. Jen says it's National Chip and Dip Day. What's your favorite combo?
It's a good one. You can go a lot of different routes with this. You could do like a nacho chip and salsa or cheese.
Oh, I never even thought about that.
No, but I mean that's a different that's almost a different route altogether. But you're looking for a chip and dip.
That's still a combo though.
I think it, but
That
it's
counts.
you gotta be. I think it
counts
should.
for me.
It's a chip and it's a dip.
Yeah.
However, you got to be in the mood for nachos, and you got to be in the mood for that type of flavoring and taste. If we are going that way, I'm taking the Tostitos rounds. Jay Milne will bring them in the round. You got to go rounds.
The little ones?
You got to go the little discs.
I like
the
to
little
get
rounds.
those and push them right through my lips and get all the salt.
Well, because you can stack them. Like they're not all oblong shaped, so
Yeah,
you're dipping.
yeah.
these-
No, you can play
and
poker with
really
those
scoop.
things.
Yeah, you can scoop good. So, and I'm not so much of a salsa guy, but I do the cheese. Those jars of the cheese you can get, the spicy that you can just. Oh God, you can go to town.
Just
but
the
for a
jar
chip and
with
dip,
the cheese.
Yeah, lightly salted Ripple, Old Dutch Ripple. Because it's a strong chip, it won't crack so much. You can't. It's tough to use the other flavored chips because they're a little weak in the dip. So I use lightly salted Old Dutch Ripple, and then my dip is I'm going hell of a good. Hell of a good chip dip is some of the best out there, and I know all you Costco people. I mean, you can get the big pails of it, but hell of a good dip, man. That's where it's at.
You know what we are? We're kindred souls. Because I got the same stock options that you got when it comes to the chip and dip game. Except I'm not lightly salted. Regular salt.
You can. Yeah, I mean that's
Old Dutch Ripple, regular salt, hell of a good.
Hell of a
French onion
good.
dip. Yeah, the hell of a good dip.
Love hell of a good.
Now, I'm going to take it one step further. That's the only chip I will dip.
Really?
I don't you don't dip ketchup chips and dip, do you?
Yeah.
No.
What?
Yeah.
The only time I think you can do that is
You're
if
a
you're
psycho.
Only if you're doing it on your own. I think it's bad game if it's a communal
You
dip.
don't share that.
Because then the ketchup's getting in the dip, and then if people don't want it, you can't. You got to do it on your own.
I've never dipped anything but those rippled Old Dutch chips in dip.
The first chip I ever dipped was ketchup chips in dill pickle dip.
But how old were you at the time?
I mean,
You're just a little idiot, probably.
I was like probably 6, but I did it up until like I was 18.
What?
Every now and then, thinking about it right now, maybe I'll do it.
What?
I
dare you. I dare you to come in here with ketchup chips and dip them in dip.
Okay, I can do that tomorrow.
Wow,
Double dare.
What a dare.
I'll do that.
I mostly just wanted to bring in ketchup chips.
You know what? I think
Let
you'd be
me try
surprised.
that.
I think you'd be
I don't
surprised.
believe it.
I'm going to have to go back for another.
It's actually, it sounds weird, but it's pretty solid. That isn't my favorite though. Like I probably consume salsa and like a good nacho chip weekly. That's something I do weekly.
Weekly, that should be weekly.
Some days, sometimes daily. But yeah, I like
sometimes daily.
I like the Ruffles all dressed with the French onion. That's
Ruffles
probably-
all dressed.
Ruffle.
That's a strong chip.
Man, it's solid.
The Ruffle
A lot of money
all
going
dressed.
in there. That Ruffle brand is.
So you go Ruffles all dressed.
Yes.
And you dip it in a dip on top of it.
But what's
It's a
the
hell
dip?
of a French onion.
Yeah, the main
We're all doing hell of a good here. Yeah.
It's look. It's not called hell of an average dip. It's hell of a good dip.
No, it's a hell of a good.
I'll
dip.
also
like
say
it.
this, and it's not a dip.
We
but
might
you-
have to have a chip and chip and dip day tomorrow.
I think a little.
Should have done it today.
Platter would be okay. But you take a Ripple, salted, lightly, whatever, and a little bit of Frank's Red Hot Sauce.
Ooh, I never thought about that.
You think I'm going to do
now,
that?
You're not dipping it, but you're putting it on a bit. That's like a boys' dinner type of meal.
Frank's Red Hot on Ripple chip.
Yeah. Just however much you want, and you just kind of sprinkle it on.
That sounds good.
It's a nice treat.
JD,
if you're hard up, if you can't afford the dip, you got hot sauce at home, you don't want the dip.
Yeah, but if you can afford the hot sauce, you can probably afford the dip.
No, some people, I don't want to,
Yeah, hot sauce.
It's tough times out there.
Let me say this. In this economy?
You got the condiments sitting in your, it's hot sauce is always
usually there.
Yeah, yes. And you don't need to use a lot. You just kind of.
I don't think I bought a hot sauce in my life until I was married. I'm just not a hot sauce guy.
You're not a hot,
I would have never gone to the store to buy hot sauce. I've never put it on anything.
You know what you do too? You take some sour cream and a French onion soup packet. Mix those together. Pretty good dip.
Really?
If you got sour cream at home, you got some French onion soup hanging out you never use that mix too often, maybe in cooking or something. Combine those two and you get a good dip there.
You're very creative in the dip game.
Yeah. Very creative.
JD says Doritos, hell of a good French onion dip. Bang!
Oh, big cool guy. How about sour cream? Yeah, he knows. Yeah.
He knows about mixing
sour
it
cream and the
together,
onion
too?
soup mix. Yeah, that's.
I want some chips now.
Dave texts in. Doesn't have a handle officially yet. Maybe he's a 95.7 Cruise guy.
We'll call him Dave.
Hey, tell your friends at the show. I talk about fun life stuff and lots of Oilers complaints. Good morning, boys. Talking about chip and dip combos, the best chip and dip combo with Miss Vicky's sea salt malt vinegar chips with any dill pickle dip.
Settle down here, Dave.
Let's calm down. You think we can afford Miss Vicky's? Jeez, you're sick.
Yikes. A lot of flavor.
Tyler of the Hill says Lieutenant Eric has an elite dip game.
It's just ideas. And I credit my wife with the sour cream French onion one as well. That was her.
What about this? Deaky Spark says, take a Ruffles or regular chip, little warm up in the oven, hot chips, rum, rum, rum. Them is nachos. That is the chef's kisses, they say. Huh. Never even thought about trying that before. Learn something new every day right here on The Nielson Show.
Couple dollops of Cheese Whiz in a dish as well. You zap that for about 30 seconds. You got a nice cheese.
Haven't had Cheese Whiz in a decade.
You?
I swear to God. I don't know if...
Why not?
Because I don't like Cheese Whiz.
It's the secret weapon in any craft dinner dish.
Oh, it is.
Never put it in
Yes.
No, you substitute one butter for one Cheese Whiz, you're laughing.
I throw both of them in there, I'll take.
Two?
Yeah, butter and Cheese Whiz.
Yeah, one butter, one Cheese Whiz. Yeah. It calls
I just
for
do
two
butter and a little bit of milk.
Substitute. No, yeah. It's a little.
And milk, too.
Yeah, you got it.
I'll
say it.
This might be a bit of an exaggeration, but I'm going to say it. I've never purchased a jar of Cheese Whiz.
That's crazy.
No, it's not. My parents, my mom and dad, big Cheese Whiz people. So we'd have Cheese Whiz growing up all the time. But after I moved out, when I was 20 or 19 or whatever, I don't think I've ever purchased Cheese Whiz.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
We don't have it in the fridge. It's not like something we keep in the fridge.
Has Marshall and the Muzz ever been like, I wouldn't mind trying this, Dad?
I think Marshall and Muzz have only had Cheese Whiz when they're at Papa and Nana's.
And do they like it?
They're going to like it. Most people do.
Yeah.
What outrageous claims we're making on the show today.
It's absurd.
All right. Joaquin Gage is going to join us. We'll get his thoughts on Connor McDavid really liking John Cooper and probably going to Tampa in 2 years because he gets a big tax exemption as well.
He really likes him.
Yeah.
And who can blame him?
I can't blame him.
You also.
I watched his after hours and I was just like, God, I want to.
You PVR'd it.
I want to hang around with this guy.
Yeah. You put your head on back.
We had Cooper on the show once. Like the very first year I was doing the show with Chaser. We had John Cooper on.
That far back.
He was like very early into his career, yeah. That was a long time ago, but still obviously very memorable. All right, Gager's on the way. If you're listening over on 95.7, couple minutes of commercials, quick traffic update, then you're right back with us, so don't go anywhere. Stick around. We've got sports update if you're on TuneIn or iHeart or over on YouTube, and the sports update is brought to you by the Edmonton Sports Talk Bids for Kids event presented by GS Construction in support of Kid Sports. Time to get your tickets right now. Mark Connolly's going to be there. I believe Principe's going to be there. I'm going to be there. A few of our other ESTers are going to be there. Tuesday, April 14th from 5:30 to 9, right after work. You swing on by. It's a live hot stove with myself and these guys. Delicious buffet, silent auction. It's like a nice little wrap up on your Tuesday, and then you're home by like 9 o'clock. All for a great cause at Kid Sport. Get your tickets today, www.kidsportbidsforkids.com. Nasties, we want to sell these tickets, all right? www.kidsportbidsforkids.com, and you can use the code ESTBIDS. You'll save 10% on the ticket price. We would love to have you come out to this event. Those of you who were there the last couple of years, you know it's a really fun time. Here's the update.
NHL action from yesterday. The Golden Knights knocking off Dallas 3-2. Vegas a point up on the Oilers for second, even on games played. Ducks getting past the Sabres 6-5 in overtime. Anaheim 5 up on the Oilers for first with one game in hand. Kings fall in overtime to Utah 4-3. Kings 4 points back of the Oilers with a game in hand. Also Avalanche over Washington 3-2 in overtime. Jets over the Rangers 3-2 in a shootout. Pens point streak snapped at 4 as they lose 5-1 to the Hurricanes. How about those Predators? 4 straight wins now for Nashville as they move into a wild card spot with a 3-2 overtime win against the Hawks. Islanders shutting out the Jackets 1-0, and Calgary over Tampa 4-3 in overtime. Oilers back in action tomorrow when they visit Utah, looking to snap a 2-game slide. Just the lone game tonight, Rangers at home to the Senators, with Ottawa 4 points back of a wild card spot. Panthers forward A.J. Greer suspended 3 games for shoving Flames forward Connor Zary into the boards from behind. The play occurred Friday night in Florida's 4-1 loss to the Flames. NFL news, the Seahawks have extended wide receiver Jackson Smith-Njigba to a 4-year, $168.6 million deal. The Edmonton Oil Kings capping the regular season yesterday with a 7-1 victory over the Hitmen. Round 1 of the playoffs will see them draw the Saskatoon Blades. Game 1 goes 7 o'clock Friday from Rogers Place, with Game 2 Sunday afternoon at 2. The Blue Jays have agreed to a 5-year contract extension with GM Ross Atkins this morning, also extending manager John Schneider on a 2-year extension that'll run through 2028. Jays hammering the Rays 14-1 yesterday to cap Grapefruit League action. They will host the Athletics to kick off their season Friday, 5:07. Opening day in the big leagues gets underway on Thursday. Canada settling for a silver as they would lose 7-5 to Switzerland at the World Women's Curling Championships. The men's championships from Utah begin Friday when Matt Dunstone and Team Canada face South Korea. Raptors hammered by the Suns 120-98. They're back on the court tonight in Utah in one of 10 games. Upset in March Madness as number 9 Iowa would take down number 1 Florida 73-72. Sweet 16 portion of the tournament gets underway on Thursday. And A.J. Ewert, the low Canadian, he'd finished 6 under in a tie for 11th at the Valspar Championship. Matt Fitzpatrick taking the tournament by 1 stroke over David Lipsky at 11 under par. Sports Update brought to you by Edmonton Sports Talk Bids for Kids event presented by GS Construction in support of Kids Sport. Join Gene Principe, Mark Conley, Dustin Nielsen, among others, Tuesday, April 14th, 5:30 to 9 for a live hot stove, delicious buffet, silent auction, and more. Get your tickets today at www.kidsportbidsforkids4.com.
You could trouble me for a warm glass of shut the hell up. Now you will go to sleep, or I will put you to sleep. Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
Breaking a bed, making hacky sacks. Trev won't let us stop. Grandma in the sweatshop, sweating through a shirt. She finally just had to blur. My fingers hurt.
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 Get back to work. What a jerk. My fingers hurt. My fingers hurt. My fingers hurt.
8:36. It is the Nielson Show. Thank you very much for joining us on a Monday morning. Edmonton Oilers not in action tonight. Lots of comments and reactions to the loss of Tampa Bay on Saturday, and one team being very much rehearsed and the other team not so much, according to Connor McDavid. So we're going to get into that conversation coming up. You can text us anytime in the Paris Jewelers inbox. One of your text messages will take home the Royal Pizza text of the day. Joaquin Gage is going to join us on our Firehouse Subs hotline with 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area. Easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs, hot, hearty, and made to satisfy.
DRS, drop that wing and try your best. Get up close, you've got to press, must be within 1 second or less. Show that speed, please don't swerve. Hey, look out, here comes a curve. Hit the button, be ambitious. Goodbye, Mikey, too judicious. Around the world, they will prance. Red Bull Ring to Paris, France. And you never want to finish second best. Push on and refuse to lose. Drop the wing and then use DRS.
All right. Joaquin Gage, former NHLer, co-host of EST Afternoons, and Two Guys in a Goalie. And if you are listening on 95.7 today and you're like, what's EST Afternoons? Well, it's our show from 1 till 3 every single day here on Edmonton Sports Talk with Hernan Salas and Joaquin Gage. Leads into the Reed Wilkins Show from 3 until 6. You can find it all day long, static free, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio. They're free apps. Just download it. Doesn't take a ton of data. And search Edmonton Sports Talk, and you can join the thousands and thousands of people who are listening over there every day. And, of course, you can watch the show on YouTube. Just go to youtube.com/@YegSportsTalk, and you can find the channel and sub over there as well. Gager, I got to say, man, I was a little sad there's no Formula One this past weekend. If we could just start there quickly. I went on Thursday to try to start sort of following along with qualifying. I was like, wait a second, we're not got another race till this week.
But the talking points going into Japan.
Give them to me. Give them to me, Gager. What are the talking points going into Japan?
I really haven't. I haven't looked too much. I was more involved in Max's GT race this weekend. The Nürburgring. He did, but he got disqualified because the team used too many types of tires. Like, you'll probably see, now that I've said it, your phone will see it, and you'll get some snippets of Max driving. It was crazy because there's lower class cars on the track, so they're weaving in and out. He went wheel to wheel with another guy forever, it seemed, and it was pretty funny. There's one guy that he's in his car, and he kind of looks behind him, and he gives it the doot, 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 doot. And then Max just blows by him or something. Like it was really intense. I can see Max, if he keeps talking like he does about F1, I could see him just going to this full time soon.
Really?
Yeah. It was, I mean, I had to try to find it with the Motorsport channel, some of the stuff. It was crazy, dude. It was,
check this out.
Really enjoyable to watch. And that Nürburgring is really cool. They don't have it in F1 anymore because it's too dangerous, but man, is it neat.
And now he's got to go back to that rust bucket over at Red Bull.
Yeah.
I wish you had the, when you, in Mario Kart, when you hit the boxes, that's the sound I get from Max, because everyone's referring it to Mario Kart now, just with the turbo boost, right? So, oh well.
Connor McDavid, Gager, we played the post game. We've all heard it already, gushing over John Cooper, and who can blame him?
No, I mean, the relationship between a player and a coach is very. It varies from coach to coach. There's some coaches you don't like, but there's some that you build a relationship or a rapport with, and they're almost like a father figure in a sense, right? So yeah, he's had John Cooper 2 times now, in a best on best scenario where he felt that he gave kudos to the other coach. He's seen how he operates. I don't think it's a slight or any means, but he definitely talked about just playing against the Tampa Bay and how John Cooper runs his bench, and I don't know. I look at it. He's just saying glowing things about a coach that he's worked with, and I understand how that relationship can kind of work sometimes. Now, I know it's very emotional in Edmonton with fans, and I mean, it was my brother-in-law's birthday party yesterday, and everyone's talking about, was this a shot across the bow with the coaching staff? And they look back with what Leon said a few weeks ago before the Olympic break, and everyone's accountable. But I mean, you said it too, I think early this morning, Dusty, like, well, play some D then, you know, don't play the 5% chance you might be able to, if you reach really far and just tip the puck just right, you could get a 2-on-1. How about maybe stopping on a puck, making sure it gets out and then go. So I mean, I watched Kucherov do a lot more. He was doing some stops and starts in the defensive zone, and he still managed to have 4 points that night. It's a commitment to play defense. Not everyone can play offense, but you have to have a commitment to play solid defense to have success and win championships.
Gager, how many of these bullets from his players do you think Knobloch can dodge? Like, is it going to come to a head this offseason, do you think, unless they go back to a conference final or something?
We'll probably discuss this over the next couple weeks, is what level does Knobloch have to get to remain head coach of the Edmonton Oilers next year, right? Will the Heat get too much? I think anything, if they're out in the first round, I think they really have a hard look at this, and there's a good chance he doesn't. I think he has to get at least one round or conference finals, and then he's secure. But anything less than that, you're probably looking at, just get another coach for Nuge. Why not make it an even, 10 now?
Would that one round be enough, though? Like, we'd obviously be talking about it, fans would be talking about it, but would that be enough in a Pacific Division, much like it is?
I think it depends on how the series goes, right? Like, we how many times over the last 2 years in the playoffs when Knobloch's done, like, he's pushed a button, took someone out, put someone in, and we were all going, what is he doing? And he's hit the jackpot.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about the last two games. They go in after they have a certain lineup that looks really good and flips and both times no success. So now we're going, can he make the right decisions? So he's gone from, making some changes that really work out and look good on the team to now, he doesn't seem to be pushing the right buttons. I'm still under the assumption that Leon's health is the way they look at it. The time frame is, I think it's past the first round, guys. And that's the whole reason why he moved Nuge to center, because he's going to have to do it at some point. I think that's another thing. If Leon's not there in the first round, what is this team's chances to get past? It lowers dramatically.
How ridiculous is Kucherov, man? Like, with what he's done over the last little while, what were the numbers? We broke this down at 7:30, Gager. 75 points in his last 33 games. It hasn't been done since Mario in 95-96. It's remarkable.
He's one of the slickest, smartest, most deadly players on the planet, right? Like, he's so much fun to watch. It makes me want to watch more Tampa Bay Lightning games. I watched a little bit of the first, and I know Hernan will get mad at me because I'm talking about the game and he wants me to save it for the show and stuff. But really, I watched the first. I go, they don't have a chance. And then I didn't watch. And then I phoned Nanso yesterday, and he kind of gave me and I had it recorded. So I watched it again. And what I took from it, Kucherov's amazing. But the willingness of the Tampa Bay Lightning, they want to spill blood in the mud. They get into the heart, like, they play in the hardest areas to play in a hockey game, where a lot of stuff on the wall, they put it in difficult areas, and they battle and they battle and they battle, where they don't mind to play that style. It's a style that that gives you success in the playoffs. They're playing a playoffs brand of hockey right now. And when I look on the other side of it, I find that the Edmonton Oilers are still a little bit too perimeter, still looking for the nice play, right? It's time to get your hands dirty a little bit and get
I don't know if
into
they
those.
got it in them, man. I don't know if this team can muck it up like that.
And that's a willingness of the players to do that. And I think when you hear Connor McDavid talk about how disciplined and organized that team is, and I think that's what he's alluding to, right? That they go into those areas, they win the battles, they make it very difficult on other teams. And again, it's another, even with Kucherov. I mean, Kucherov's very noticeable all the time out there just because it seems like he's on rails and it's crazy. But guys, I watching that game and every line of the Tampa Bay, I couldn't tell which line it was because they all play the same. They all play exactly the same. And that's from the D out. And then you got just a ballerina in goal with Vasilevskiy.
His movement
He's
is
just
incredible.
You got to be like, I watched that and I had to rewind it like 4 or 5 times. I was pissed off because I could never do that. He's so big, so agile. The way he reads the play, he's a perfect goaltender, an absolute perfect goaltender. And Connor said that too. Once you get through all the layers of the Tampa Bay and the way they play, then you got to go up against the big cat, and it makes it even more difficult, right? So, yeah, I can see why Connor was glowing about that game, because when I watched it, I thought it was just the Tampa Bay had a masterclass game on how to win a hockey game.
Gager, we'll let you save the rest of your takes for EST afternoons today, okay?
Yeah, I'm gonna get in trouble here. Thanks for that. Shouldn't have told you that.
See you later, buddy.
Bye.
There you go. That's Joaquin Gage. He does EST afternoons with Hernan Salas every day from 1 until 3 on iHeart, on TuneIn, on YouTube. You can also just go to EdmontonSportsTalk.com and click listen live.
That's why Hernan hates doing the Oil Stream. He doesn't want to, he goes on there. I'll tell you more on my show, 1 to 3.
He told me he sat down the other day before we did the show, like I think it was last Wednesday. He goes, "Hey, Dusty, don't ask me much about the team." Like, come on, man.
More on that coming up, 1 to 3.
You're killing me. All right. Couple just quickly on, so like I know everybody wants Knobloch out. Well, not everybody, but there's a loud group of fans who want Knobloch to be fired. He, of course, has the second best winning percentage in the history of the organization.
As Gager mentioned, in these past runs, we've talked about knob adjustments that he's done that have worked.
Sather has the best winning percentage.
Yeah.
Knobloch has the second best winning percentage in franchise history. You know who has the third best? Jay Woodcroft, the last guy. The other guy that they fired with a .643 winning percentage in 133 games. Knobloch's now coached 162 games and has a .648 winning percentage. So they would be going through 2 of their more successful coaches in franchise history if they were to move on from Knobloch again after Woodcroft went 79, 41, and 13. Knobloch's 99, 51, and 12. He's not good enough to coach this team moving forward. So very interested to see how Bowman and Jackson handle everything in the offseason, but specifically this. And if it's not Bowman and Jackson, if it's further up, then whoever has to make this decision, very interested to see how they handle it.
Collingwood Rob texts in, says, "I don't hate Knobloch." So you can count him as when he's just getting that over. And then Colin the Amishman, is Hernan allowed to give Gager grief unless Dom allows it?
Oh, that's pretty fun. I'll never get old of that.
Long
that's like
live
Trev
this.
and I laughing at you with the Windsor plywood.
It's just going to exist.
It's just always hilarious. In fact, I think a different Dahmer reference might actually win Text of the Day today.
Why not?
So we've got that going for us today. All right, let's get into the wrap. For William Huff, if you want your place to look as good as ours, look at this wall. Oh, you should come into our office and rub your body against this wall without a shirt on.
It's very smooth.
It's so smooth. Yeah. The crew at William Huff, they're always doing the best work. That's why they've been around since 1952.
I think we talk about it visually. It's not, some wrap jobs probably there's like a divot or a bump or something.
No,
this
one
is smooth.
This is it's like a baby's bottom.
Could eat off that wall.
What did we learn on the show today?
Not a fan of Cheese Whiz, are you?
No,
Yeah.
I'm not.
You also tried watching Begonia. You didn't.
Well, I got scared when the mom raised out of the
keep
tub.
going. Because you like the whole outer space aspect to it all, hey? Like that's...
Well, no, I haven't
just-
really.
No, keep going.
I haven't even got to the outer space stuff yet.
Going.
All I know is that those two Looney Tunes
Yes.
think there's aliens. That's what I know so far. But I will say this. I did put down my phone. I wasn't on my computer, and I straight up watched the movie.
And you
then
get
it
to the
got
part where the
point-
guy from Tires the cop, right? Like he's the...
I don't think I've seen him yet, or I didn't recognize him.
And Trev went bowling. To get what we learned on the show today.
Oh, yes, I did go bowling. Man, we got to go bowling, eh?
I would like to bowl with you more than just at the Christmas party, yeah.
Yeah. What about 5-pin, though? We did 10-pin twice.
Trev, I grew up on 5-pin.
Yeah, me too.
I prefer
I
it.
was born in it.
Yeah. You prefer
That's
what?
all we had in Cranbrook was 5-pin.
Yeah.
Getting the English on those balls. Just
The 5-pin?
Yeah, like just...
Yeah, you can spin them a lot easier, that's for sure.
I'd like to
love to the
I'd
gutter.
like to do small ball 7-pin. Just to see.
Yeah.
Throw a couple more pins in there. Tighten those up a little bit. Let's take them all out.
I love 5-pin bowling.
So that's what you're doing. That's when you go bowling, you're 5-pin.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Favorite. I just like because I can curve it. I can.
Do you
spin
go
it.
to an alley that has both 5-pin and 10-pin?
No.
I wonder if there are
Strictly.
any alleys that's 5 and 10.
A few in the States.
Might need a difference. Is that what you think?
Well, no, I remember doing that when I was a kid
What do you mean
in
doing
the
it?
States. That was a thing at the bowling alley once.
Where they had both
Yeah.
options?
Yeah. In Coeur d'Alene. I learned your guys' favorite chips and dips.
And it is Chip Dip Day. Is that what it is?
Today's National Chip and Dip Day. We may possibly celebrate tomorrow. Then we can say, oh, happy belated National Chip and
Yeah,
Dip Day.
Jasmine celebrates the whole month.
All right, let's get to your sound of the day today. You go back to the High Point kid from last week in March Madness.
On that clip.
Throw on the glass slipper. It's a Cinderella story.
That's a great call. It's a student broadcaster at High Point. Massive moment, obviously, for that school to pull off the upset last week. They ended up losing
Calling the
after that,
Amishman. Dusty winning at the game of life after solving all of his problems with a space heater.
Throw on the glass slipper. It's a Cinderella story.
Colton also texts in and says St. Albert's bowling alley is both 5 and 10-pin. So it's not just the United States.
Oh, there we go, baby. That'd be fun.
That's your sound of the day. It's a great call. You should go watch the video. He's so fired up. I love seeing that. Text of the day today for Royal Pizza. It's a text of the day.
Royal Pizza, still making a day.
Oh, it's the text of the day at Royal Pizza. Try the meat lovers. If you like meat lovers pizza, you'll have a hard time topping that one. Check them out at royalpizza.ca. And you can order from any of their 14 locations in the Edmonton area. And of course, available now for a limited time only. Get your hands on the spicy vegetarian. Perfectly fresh, bright, and flavorful. Just in time for spring.
It's a good tandem. The meat lovers and the spicy vegetarian, hey?
One for me and one for you. Yeah. All right. Oh, this is a cute one. This is going to text of the day, but Bones is in and says, when Jay Milne heard that he would be the co-host of Reed Wilkins' show.
Throw on the glass slipper. It's a Cinderella story.
Lots of people texting in about St. Albert Bowling. That's good. Big league up there, I guess. All right, so let's go to, I had a couple of guys written down here. Go with Horse Eyes again. Horse Eyes has been on fire with the text lately.
Yeah, and that was early, hey?
That was about the Hernan one? It
Yeah,
was,
620.
I mean, that's pretty good. And let me just reset the bit here for you briefly. Started a little while ago. Hernan was going to come meet up with a bunch of us at Boston Pizza Westgate.
He was talking about it all week. He drove this thing.
He was the reason I came out.
Yeah,
he goes,
yeah.
Dusty, going out with the boys on Saturday night. Girlfriend's out of town. You should come out. I was like, you know what, Hernan, I am going to come out.
It was all lining up.
So I go out. It's Saturday night. We're at BP's. You're there. We're having a good time. And Hernan was downtown with his other buddies, EJ and Evan Dom. And he texts me and he goes, hey, man, Dahmer just doesn't want to come. I said, but you said you were going to come anyway.
So?
He goes, no, I got to stay. So now it's been a running bit forever that Hernan needs Dahmer's permission to do anything.
Anything.
So this is a good text from Horse Eyes. Hernan gets permission from Dom and actually comes out with the crew.
Throw on the glass slipper. It's a Cinderella story.
Good use of the clip.
Yeah,
Hernan
tied in
Dom
nicely.
thing. Perfect.
Worked out well. Congratulations, Horse Eyes. You've won a gift certificate to Royal Pizza. Still making it great. All right, what are we watching tonight, ladies and germs?
Well, I would direct you over to playalberta.ca or download the app and make it easier for yourself. Click on Sports EST Specials. I mean,
would you?
We'll be watching on the hard court tonight, and the Lakers looking to stretch it to 9, 10?
It'll be 10.
And this is a good game. Just
Great
even
game.
from a neutral point of view. Lakers and Pistons tonight.
And they're on a big road trip right now, and it hasn't been an easy road trip for these guys.
Well, the Miami flights,
keep
they go in
finding-
there and they just you said they're golfing yesterday.
They keep finding ways.
Yeah. Senators Rangers as well, the lone NHL game with the Sens still battling for their playoff lives.
See, what you've done here is you've teamed up the best offensive player in the league right now with the greatest player ever. And now you're reaping the benefits of this thing. Lakers win streak right now. Pacers, Knicks, Timberwolves, Bulls, the Dank Nugs, Rockets, Heat, Magic, and they still continue this road trip. Pistons, and they do get the Pacers.
That's a tough.
Pistons is going to be tough tonight. But yeah, we got what? Money line, Luka 30+ points, LeBron 5+ assists.
Correct.
Plus, what's the number?
142.
Plus 142. Luka has been on an all-time tear. Of course, tonight would be the night where it's like, oh, Luka didn't hit 30 points. Here's Luka's last little stretch. Let's go back to. So he had 27 points against Denver March 5th. Since then, 44, 35, 31, 51, 30, 36, 40, 60, 33. So he's covered this number for like 3 weeks. So ride with us, and then we can all cheer together and celebrate together tomorrow morning, which will be a lot of fun.
With some chip and dip.
What's on the hangout today? What do you got? Tommy,
Murray.
Matty, and Murray McCoy.
Murray is in. He'll have something to say.
Host of the golf show. Oh, Murray always stuff to say. Yeah, that should be
Earmuffs,
a lot of fun. If you're listening on 95.7 Cruise FM, if you want more classic rock, we got it coming your way. Tom Cochran, Life is a Highway, is coming up. But if you want more sports talk, download the free iHeart or TuneIn radio apps. Search Edmonton Sports Talk. We go all day long. If you want to watch the shows, pop on over to YouTube. Sub to the channel. Watch the shows over there. You can just go to EdmontonSportsTalk.com and click on Listen Live, and that'll take care of you as well. Tomorrow we'll be setting up an Oilers road game. We'll see how that goes. Should be a fun one for sure. We've got the hangout on the way next. Lock Shop from 11 until noon. Oil Stream from noon until 1. EST afternoons from 1 until 3. And the Reed Wilkins Show from 3 until 6. Thank you very much for joining us on the Nielson Show today. Hammer the thumbs up before you leave for you two, Trev and Lieutenant Eric. I am Dustin Nielsen. I'll talk to you in a couple hours on Lock Shop at 11. Take it easy.